your options and get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Struggling to provide for your family is a real thing, like having to choose between feeding them a warm meal or paying the utility bill. These are the choices many Milwaukee residents are faced with, which is why they turn to St. Vincent de Paul Society's meal program for help. Our meal program has been a consistent resource for those in need for over 42 years. Nutritious meals, warm showers, and clean clothes, all in a safe, family-friendly environment. Our mission is clear, and that's to help you break the cycle of poverty by connecting you with life-changing community and educational resources. Last year, we provided $2.2 million in goods and services, plus 57,000 warm meals. If you or anyone you know needs a warm evening meal, you can find us at Harambe Kitchen 5 nights a week on the northeast side of Milwaukee in the basement of All People's Church. And at Crossroads Kitchen on the south side of Milwaukee 6 nights a week on 9th and Madison. As always, we're grateful for community members and volunteers who help us help you. To learn more, visit svdpmilw.org. The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Traffic is sponsored by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Whatever the weather, visit WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. Visit Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center today for another two-man scramble tournament. Play at Georgia Golf Club on spacious, state-of-the-art simulators unlike any other. Must play in March. Cash prizes only. No green jackets.
The road trip continues.
It sucks to we're stuck on a road.
Hit it from the elbow, rebounded by Ryan Rollins. Rollins drives right past Barnes, soars to the rim on the other side, punches it through, and then headbutts the backstop.
The Bucks hit the trail to Portland to take on the Blazers. Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 8:30
on the home of the Bucks, 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
Julia Fello, your top story this hour. A crash in Waukesha County takes the life of a 10-year-old.
I'm Adam Roberts in for John Mercure. There's growing disapproval of the war in Iran.
I'm Debbie Lazago. Westbound 94, you got some backups from 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side's heavy from 68th all the way to 35th. Northbound 41, you got backups before Mayfair Road, stretching all the way up to about Burleigh. Southbound 43, heavy from Keefe all the way down through the Marquette. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 48. Tomorrow, cloudy and breezy, a slight chance of morning sprinkles, then evening showers are possible. A high of 60 degrees, quickly falling afternoon. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a child died after a car accident in the village of Lac La Belle.
2 vehicle accident, SUV versus a smaller white vehicle. There's a child laying face down in a driveway moving, possibly another that may have been ejected in traffic.
Scanner audio from Broadcastify. Police responded just after 7 o'clock this morning. They say a man was driving on Highway 67 and hit another car when it was waiting to turn onto another road. A 10-year-old boy was struck and died at the scene. The drivers and another passenger in the struck car were taken to the hospital.
Decision Wisconsin, tonight's scheduled debate between state Supreme Court candidates Judge Maria Lazar and Judge Chris Taylor is now being postponed. This as representatives for Judge Taylor say she is sick and cannot participate. Both campaigns and debate organizers are currently working to reschedule. Early voting for the spring race has already started in the city of Milwaukee. Election day statewide is April 7th.
The White House says talks are ongoing between the U.S. and Iran, while Iran says quite the opposite.
Amid reports that Iran has dismissed a 15-point U.S. plan to pause the war, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt is rejecting any suggestion that the talks have hit a dead end.
They have not. Talks continue.
Secretary Leavitt also rejected the existence of a 15-point plan, calling that speculative.
The White House never confirmed that full plan. There are elements of truth to it, but some of the stories I read were not entirely factual.
Iran state television said, quote, Iran will end the war when it decides to do so and when its own conditions are met. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Back at home, when it comes to the attacks on Iran, a majority of Wisconsin voters disapprove of U.S. military action overseas, according to the latest Marquette University Law School poll released this week. Poll director Charles Franklin.
People are, on balance, disapproving of the attacks on Iran. 61% disapprove, 39% approve. There's a big partisan gap, though we see bigger gaps on other questions.
The poll also found President Trump's job approval has dipped slightly to 42%.
A Madison High School teacher is on leave after police say there's a possible student relationship. The teacher works at Val Phillips Memorial High School in Madison. The superintendent says the district has zero tolerance for this behavior. Leaders are working closely with law enforcement to gather the facts, and student safety is a top priority. The investigation is ongoing.
Meanwhile, in Dodge County, a school district is running out of options as it faces a growing financial crisis. In Hustisford, district leaders say a plan to secure up to $4 million in state funding is no longer an option. Interim Superintendent Todd Benacki.
Because we were unable to submit the affidavit of no petition, our loan application at this point is non-existent. It doesn't exist. It's or no longer are we able to pursue the borrow of up to $4 million.
Now, a 2-year, nearly $2 million per year referendum could determine whether the district stays open at all or moves towards consolidation or dissolution.
Coming up, the Brewers have more starters set for the opening series.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times 3:05.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
A buck in today's world doesn't go far unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand. We'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There's really no catch. You don't have to buy a car or a truck from us. We'd like it if you did, but our only requirement is we put them on for you. Buy one, two, or a set of four. The $1 deal at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler Jeep South, 27th Street, and Griffin Ford Waukesha. The $1 deal at Griffin. Make your dollar go further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. T-minus 22 hours until Milwaukee Brewers opening day at American Family Field. And the Crew's rotation is set for their opening series against the Chicago White Sox. The Miz, Jacob Mizorowski, as we know, will start Thursday's opener. Then Chad Patrick will get the start in the second game of the series Saturday. And a newcomer, Brandon Sproat, will start the final game of the series on Sunday. This, as it was only a few days ago, Sproat had learned from manager Pat Murphy he had even made the roster.
So everyone was telling me congratulations about making the team, and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then I went and got food, just my day was over. I came around the corner, and he was standing by his office. And he was like, hey, made the team. He's like, deal with it. And I was like, sounds good, appreciate it.
There you go. Brandon will have complete coverage all day tomorrow here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ, ahead of the 1:10 first pitch. Meanwhile, the baseball regular season begins tonight with the Yankees taking on the Giants. And the Bucks have a road trip that continues this evening in Portland against the Trailblazers and former Buck Damian Lillard. Our coverage starts at 8:30 right here on your home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 3:09. Tax tips brought to you by the Neal Group.
Hi, this is Brittany from the Neal Group with today's tax tip. If you bought a new vehicle in 2025, you may be able to write off the interest on the loan up to $10,000. The vehicle must be used primarily for personal use and not business use. It must have been assembled in the United States, and you must provide the make, model, and VIN number, as well as the loan origination date. The deduction is subject to a phase-out based on total income. This deduction is available even if you take the standard deduction. For more tips, or if you have questions, visit nealgroup.net or call 414-325-2040. That's nealgroup.net.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here are your hosts, Julia Fello and Adam Roberts.
Hey, Adam. I'm so glad that you're with us.
Hello, Julia. Glad to be here.
All right, we have a lot to cover. Let's get right to it.
This is the 3 at 3 on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
And we start, Julia, right here in Milwaukee, where the police department has been having some problems at the police academy getting folks in the door, specifically because they're failing the fitness test at a rate that's quite staggering to see. The Fire and Police Commission met last week, and according to the commission, roughly 85% of female applicants are failing the fitness test. And now, police are asking the State Law Enforcement Standards Board to approve a waiver on having to complete the fitness test as a part of entry into the academy. So as of right now, recruits, male or female, must be able to do all of the following to get in. You have to run 1.5 miles in 20 minutes 20, a 300-meter run in 82 seconds, and here's the important parts. 18 push-ups, all the way down, all the way up, and 24 sit-ups. There's also an 11.5-inch vertical jump and an agility run. I had to look that one up, bunch of cones, and you have to run a figure 8 at one point. But the sticking point are those push-ups and sit-ups. And with sit-ups...
Sit-ups?
The FPC says both men and women are failing that pretty across the board. So now they're putting this waiver off to the state. I'll give you both sides to it. Here's the Vice Chair, Bree Spencer, in support.
I just cannot be convinced that someone who can do 8 push-ups, not 18, means that they're going to be a bad cop before they even go into the academy.
On the other side, you have former police lieutenant and FPC member Ruben Burgos.
It is a measure of character. It's a measure of commitment that if you want this is what you got to do.
An important note, there would be no changes to the requirements you need to graduate the academy. There is still a fitness component there. That would stay in place, as they have to go 720 hours of training before you graduate. The Standards Board, by the way, has not yet commented on that waiver.
So they're giving them an extra year waiver to get more fit?
To start. And when I was going through the meeting, it definitely seemed like this is a year to start, and we could potentially pursue this again if necessary.
Another year? What are you going to get? More, less fit, or more fit?
I think it's a matter of recruitment. They just want more bodies in the door.
Really?
Well, because Act 12 puts a lot of barriers on. Well, you have to get so many people. The Milwaukee Police Department
that's right.
does.
What's the figure for women by 30?
What's that?
I think it's 30% of women.
Yes, 2030 is the year that they have to have that threshold of females in the police department.
1.5 miles in 20 minutes isn't bad.
I think I could do that.
That's not a reach.
I think most people who have a certain level of fitness could
24 sit-ups? I'm going to get on the ground right now. I'm just kidding.
In break, Julia.
I can do in this minute break 24 sit-ups.
I'll keep track.
Push-ups, not so much. I'll have to work on that. It won't take me a year. Okay, number 2, a former Milwaukee police officer has been sentenced to 5 years in federal prison for criminal misconduct. Jawan Madlock, 30. He served nearly a decade in the department. He pled guilty last December for providing ammunition to a felon, possession of an illegal automatic weapon, and helping a gang hide stolen vehicles, and also lying to the FBI. He said that he gave a known gang member the address to a rival gang member and shared sensitive police information. The first assistant U.S. attorney, Schimmel, called it a betrayal of the very community he swore to protect.
And number 3, some good news in the 3 at 3, and a story we've covered closely on Wisconsin's Afternoon News previously. On Milwaukee's northwest side, there's some good grocery store news. A new grocery store is planning to replace the old Century Foods location. This is around 64th and Silver Spring on the northwest side that shut down earlier this year. This is part of a series of other grocery store closures we've seen within the city. This growing food desert issue as a result we've discussed at length. One City Foods has filed an application to fill that spot. This would be owned by the same person who had operated the Century before, so there wouldn't be a change of ownership, just changing the branding and maybe moving some things around. As far as when things could open, Alderman Mark Chambers, who represents the area, says the owner is targeting an opening date of around April 3rd, though the owner himself has said there is no hard set opening date. But it does seem like at some point this spring, we could see a grocery store returning to a part of Milwaukee that really needs to have good access to healthy foods.
Interesting. Yes, much needed. 3:15 on WTMJ. Debbie helps get you home. We have your 5-day forecast. And then we have the Consul General of Israel to the Midwest joining us live on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
Join the Brewers Series against the White Sox March 26th, 28th, and 29th. Grab this year's first giveaway on Saturday the 28th, a replica of American Family Field for the first 25,000 fans, courtesy of American Family Insurance. On the 29th, it's Kids Cheer Free. Buy an adult terrace seat and receive a free ticket for kids ages 14 and under. On Sunday the 29th, the first 5,000 kids get a drip necklace giveaway. Grab your seats at brewers.com/tickets.
WTMJ's Julia Fello here for Redo Cabinets. The kitchen is the heart of your home. Transform it at a fraction of the cost of a complete rebuild. After you book and order what you want to reface your cabinets with, like the colors, the trims, maybe some crown molding or a backsplash, their experienced staff gets it done fast. They can be in and out of your home within a week. A week. You don't have to suffer months of waiting for your home to be done with all the construction, people in and out. And for a limited time, you can get free premium countertops with every refacing project. If you dream of a new kitchen island, Redo Cabinets can do that as well. All the materials are made right here in the USA in Ohio. The Redo Cabinets family has locally owned roots for more than 7 decades. This is the way everyone should remodel their kitchen. Get rid of the headaches at a fraction of the cost of a total build-out. Head to redocabinets.com. That's Redo Cabinets. redocabinets.com.
Be our eyes on the road. See something out there that I should know about?
Yeah, Debbie, this is Dan. South of K, there's a car fire in the southbound lane closing off 3 lanes.
Call me, Debbie Lazaga, on the WTMJ traffic tip line, 414-238-9329.
Hey, Debbie, just calling in. There's 2 separate accidents, 94 westbound.
The drive affects you. Why not be part of it?
There was an accident. There's already 4 cops there and an ambulance.
Give me a call, 414-238-9329.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
Let's get you ready to safely with Debbie Lazaga.
Okay, well, looks like things are going to be tightening up just a bit on southbound 43 from about Keefe down through the Marquette interchange. We've also got westbound 94 heavy from about 35th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound slowing down also from Hawley Road to 27th. Also on northbound 41 backing up just before Mayfair Road up to Burleigh, and a couple of other pockets of heavy traffic north of Capitol Drive. And then we got a little bit of a backup 894 eastbound out of the Hale interchange all the way to 76th Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast, partly cloudy tonight, a low of 46, mild wind. Tomorrow, slight chance of morning showers and evening showers are likely, a high of 50. Friday, cloudy, breezy, and chilly, a slight chance of snow showers even Friday, a high of 38. Saturday, cloudy, a high of 47. Sunday, a slight chance of showers, a high of 58. Right now in Milwaukee, it's mostly sunny and 60 degrees. 3:18 on WTMJ. We have with us on the talk and text line the Consul General of Israel to the Midwest, Elad Strohmeyer. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. You know, a lot of people are talking about whether or not Iran is actually talking to the U.S., and some leaders are denying it. And the president says that he has, and he even received a present, a very expensive present. so far from Iran. What do you know?
I know one thing. I don't believe a word the Iranians are saying. That's the most important thing. They lied the entire time. They lied about their intentions regarding their program, their nuclear program, their ballistic missiles program. They lied to the U.S. in the previous negotiations that led to the beginning of this military operation. So while I hope that there's going to be a peaceful resolve to this situation, because eventually everything needs to calm down, and we're all in agreement about that, I'm still find it hard to believe that Iran is engaging in good faith negotiation, and I hope to be wrong on that one.
A lot has been made about this 15-point plan that President Trump has denied to a certain extent exists. There's been a lot of misinformation just in general on the war overall. From someone in your position, how much of an issue is it getting clear information to people who are asking you questions when both sides of this conflict are aiming to curate the information that comes out as much as they are?
We need to understand that we're not curating the information. We just don't want to reveal information that will reveal our intentions to Iran. And that's why we don't necessarily share all the information publicly, because we don't want to give Iran an advantage over there. So I don't want to talk about what is being offered or exactly what is the timeline to move forward. But we've been very clear from the start. Our intentions are very clear. We want to eliminate the Iranian threat from the United States, from Israel, from the Middle East, and we will do that in military means like we're doing right now, and hopefully we can also do that in diplomatic means. If we are successful, and if this round of negotiations right now will lead to a diplomatic solution, we need to remember that it was possible because of the military action the United States and Israel have engaged in the past almost 4 weeks that brought Iran to its knees, begging for us to stop and go in negotiations. Before that, there were other rounds of negotiations, and Iran just hardened positions and didn't play ball and were refusing to make any concessions. So now, again, yet to be seen if they're agreeable right now. I'm still, like I said, very skeptic because I don't trust Iran. But if they are eventually, it's thanks to the military action, the very decisive military action that we have taken.
So let's go back to the 15-point plan with Iran. So there was a 20-point plan, maybe we can get a barometer, between the U.S. and Israel and Hamas. How did that go out? How did that play out? Maybe giving us a barometer of how this 15-point plan could play out.
You know, again, I don't want to go into details in all these programs because there is a reason that they're not public. We don't want to reveal all our hand right now. But there's one thing that we've learned. When President Trump means something, he means it. And he's very determined to bring stability to Gaza. And despite challenges, things are moving forward in Gaza with weakening Hamas, making sure that there's going to be a rebuild of Gaza without Hamas being there in the future, while ensuring the security of Israel and our communities around, to make sure that there's going to be a civil ruling in Gaza without Hamas being involved. And I don't say that it goes perfect. There are struggles, there are hurdles. Iran still keeps supporting Hamas and giving them money, and that's one of the problems that we're facing. But President Trump, with the Board of Peace and all the other actors involved, make sure that things will move forward in the right direction in Gaza, and we do so very much in conjunction. Therefore, I believe that if there's going to be an agreement with Iran, and it doesn't matter if it's going to be the 15-point, 20-point, 10 points, it doesn't matter. If there's going to be an agreement, and President Trump is going to be determined and it's going to be done in conjunction with Israel, that can improve the situation. I want also to say one thing very clearly. We've started this together, we're in this together, and we're going to end this together, Israel and the United States. So we're going to work in conjunction to make sure that if and when we reach a diplomatic agreement, it will be enforced and Iran won't go back to its malign activities.
Who is leading Iran right now?
You know, that's the million-dollar question. They have a supreme leader. He has not been seen in sight. The campaign has been so successful that we have engaged taking down their leadership and weakening this country, this regime. And that's a result of that, we see cracks in the regime, we see chaos, we see a lot of uncertainty regarding what targets they need to do. But let us not be fooled. They still have a very clear chain of command over there. There's still control of the Revolutionary Guards and the Basij, and they control what's happening there. Very much weakened, but they control it. And that's why we are determined to continue to make sure that they will be more and more weakened and won't be able to threaten us.
Elad Strohmeyer, he is the Consul General of Israel to the Midwest. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, thank you for having me.
So here's one other thing. The president says he does know who is leading the country right now. He said just this past weekend that he will not say who it is. Here we go.
Mr. President, again, I don't want him to be killed, okay? I don't want him to be killed.
Mr. President, you've deployed...
Nobody wants to be that. Nobody wants that job right now, you know? Nobody's exactly looking forward to being the head of that particular country, but perhaps we'll be able to solve that problem. But the people that seem to be running it, and they seem that based on really fact, because things they've said have taken place.
So we'll have to wait and see. Time for news about your money and your WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Everything was in the green. The stocks rise amid hopes for Iran peace talks. The Dow was up 305 on the day, up more than 0.5%, ending at 46,429. NASDAQ was up more than 0.75%, up 167, ending at 21,929. And S&P 500 was more than 0.5% up 35, ending at 6,591. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, cold plunge. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Sale is happening at the Realtors Home and Garden Show inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. For a limited time, you can save thousands with factory direct pricing and special show discounts. Shop floor models, brand new inventory, and exclusive show-only deals you won't find anywhere else. Don't miss the Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Sale, March 20th through the 29th, only at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Come see it, try it, and save big at the show.
What's up, Milwaukee? Christian Yelich here. Big news. Isaac Slade from The Fray and Jake Owen are joining us for this year's Home Plate charity event happening May 21st, 2026 at Landmark Credit Union Live. This night is all about giving back to the city that gives us so much. We're raising support for organizations that help Milwaukee families, students, and small businesses thrive. Get ready for an amazing night of music, community, and impact. Let's make this one the best yet. For more information on tickets, please head to Yelly22concert.com.
There's a lot of noise coming out of Washington these days, but one thing retirees in Wisconsin can't afford to ignore is the new Big Beautiful Bill. Sounds harmless, right? But here's the truth. The changes buried in this bill could have a serious impact on your retirement. At Drake & Associates, we've dug into the details, and we want to make sure you know what's really at stake. The Big Beautiful Bill includes sweeping updates to tax brackets, Social Security thresholds, Medicare premiums, and retirement account rules. And for many retirees, it could mean higher taxes on your savings, more limits on deductions, and unexpected changes to your income plan. Maybe you're already retired, or maybe you're just a few years away. Either way, what you don't know could cost you thousands. That's why we're offering Wisconsin residents a free educational guide to help you understand how the new bill may impact retirees and questions to discuss with your trusted financial advisor. Just text the word tax to 414-897-9522. That's tax, T-A-X, to 414-897-9522. You'll get immediate access to expert insights from the team at Drake & Associates, retirement planners who have been serving Wisconsin for over 20 years. We focus on tax-efficient retirement planning, helping you keep more of your money, avoiding surprises, and staying ahead of the curve no matter what Congress throws your way. So before the Big Beautiful Bill takes a bite out of your hard-earned savings, let's make sure your plan is designed to help prepare for uncertainty. Text TAX to 414-897-9522. That's TAX to 414-897-9522. Drake & Associates, helping build retirement confidence right here in Wisconsin.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Since 1956, the Adair name has stood for craftsmanship, honesty, and taking care of people the right way. I'm Austin Adair.
And I'm Chelsea.
My grandparents started this company with nothing but hard work and pride in every single job. My parents carried that legacy forward, and today, my wife and I are proud to continue it as third generation of Adair Floors and Remodeling. This isn't just a business to us. It is our family name, our reputation, and our promise to you. At Adair Floors and Remodeling, we help homeowners upgrade with confidence. Whether you need luxury vinyl plank, hardwood, carpet, tile, or a full remodel, our team handles everything from design to installation, quality products, professional crews, clear communication, and results you'll love. That's what 3 generations have built and what we stand behind every single day. Visit Adair Floors and Remodeling today at our large showroom located in Franklin, or give us a call at 414-761-3660 for a free estimate. Adair Floors and Remodeling. 3 generations, 1 standard.
For 176 years, St. Vincent de Paul Society of Milwaukee has been neighbors helping neighbors, working to eliminate poverty and hunger with compassion and dignity. When families face hard times, our volunteers step in. Over 600 trained volunteers ready to meet people where they're at, in their homes. And that's what our Neighbors Helping Neighbors home visit program is all about. Volunteers travel in pairs, listening first, then offering personalized support. They provide families and individuals with things like furniture, beds, food, clothing, and connect them to vital community resources. Help that provides stability during challenging times. These home visits don't just address an immediate need. They help create a safer, more stable future for our families and individuals in our community. Last year alone, St. Vincent de Paul Society volunteers completed nearly 11,000 home visits across Milwaukee County, serving those who need us most. Together, we are neighbors helping neighbors. To learn more about our mission or get involved, visit svdpmilw.org.
Traffic is sponsored by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Whatever the weather, visit WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. Visit Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center today for another 2-man scramble tournament. Play at Georgia Golf Club on spacious, state-of-the-art simulators unlike any other.
Must play in March. Cash prizes only. No green jackets.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
I'm Julia Fello. Your top story this half hour: a Milwaukee police officer gets prison time.
I'm Adam Roberts. A death investigation near American Family Field.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. We've got southbound 41 slowing down just south of Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. On the northbound side, backing up from Mayfair Road up to just past Burleigh. Southbound on 43, backing up from before Capitol all the way down through the Marquette and onto the high-rise bridge. We've got eastbound 94 backing up between Barker Road and Brookfield Road, then back on the brakes from about 76th Street to 35th. Westbound is backing up from 27th to Hawley Road. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Going to be partly cloudy tonight, a low down to 46. Your opening day forecast is going to be a tough 1-2 forecast. Chance for some rain in the morning, more likely in the afternoon. We'll get up into the low 50s. The temps will drop after tailgating once you're inside the ballpark. Right now it's 62 and mostly cloudy in Milwaukee at 332.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a death investigation underway. It's near American Family Field. Police say a person was located in a fire that was put out Tuesday night in the stadium's Yount parking lot. The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office was on the scene when our crews were there. The circumstances surrounding the death and the person's identity are still not known.
A former Milwaukee police officer will see prison time for misconduct in office. 30-year-old Juwan Madlock set to serve 5 years behind bars after being convicted of using confidential police information to help a violent local gang target rivals. Madlock had worked as an officer in District 6, where prosecutors say he had a relationship with a known gang member and provided addresses of his rivals. Documents from court show he also sent pictures of his fellow officers to a gang member and showed criminals how to flee from law enforcement. Madlock had pled guilty to the charges in December of 2025.
An LA jury finds a social media company at fault for addiction and mental health issues. The jury found Meta and YouTube liable for impacting mental health of a woman when she was a child, awarding her about $3 million. ABC News legal contributor Royal Oaks.
Now comes phase 2, where the same jury will hear evidence about the company's finances and decide whether to punish and how much. That's where the case could escalate from millions into tens of millions of dollars.
And just yesterday, a separate jury in New Mexico ordered Meta to pay $375 billion in damages for failing to protect young users from child predators on Instagram and Facebook.
The Lake Country School District could be on the path to shutting down without voter approval this April. Leaders in the district will say a growing deficit could force the district to dissolve within the next few years. District Administrator of the Lake Country School District, Chad Schroffnagel, tells WTMJ.
Right now, our current projections are that we would expend our remaining fund balance by the end of the 2026-2027 school year. We would not have enough money to operate. But if we do not pass this referendum, it would force the district to look at a state land trust loan that would buy you about a year.
Another district in the region also facing a similar issue in Hustisford.
And more safety improvements could be coming to schools in Kenosha. The proposed project would add controlled entrances to 7 schools in the Kenosha Unified School District. Officials say the controlled entrance adds a second layer of security. Guests must be buzzed in through a second door. Here's the superintendent.
We need to let them know as soon as possible that we're going to be moving ahead with these projects. So that's what we're here today, is to say, yes, we're going to move ahead with these projects so we can get on into the queue for summer work. And then at the April meeting, we'll be bringing forward the funding option.
Next month, meanwhile, metal detectors will be installed at high schools.
Brewers fans, ahead of tomorrow's opening day, you're being asked to stay patient amid ongoing construction on I-94. The Department of Transportation creating an interactive website providing recommended routes to and from American Family Field. Brewers Chief Operating Officer Marty Wronski on Wisconsin's Morning News.
But if you jump on there, you guys, you're going to be able to, it's a really slick system. Say, hey, I'm going to American Family Field, I'm coming from the east, or I'm coming from the north. And I'm going to the Yount lot. You just tap those two things, and it will tell you what your drive time is, what the best route is for you, and the same thing leaving the park.
Fans can access the site on QR codes throughout the stadium. It's also available through the MLB Ballpark app. Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. It is Brewers opening day tomorrow afternoon against the White Sox. The initial rotation features young newcomers Kyle Harrison as well as Brandon Sproat. The latter had spent the past month working with catcher William Contreras ahead of opening day tomorrow.
William likes to work fast, and I do too, so already, starting off on the right foot, so that's definitely good. But just kind of talking to each other, in between innings, before the game, it really just comes down to having good communication between each other.
As for Thursday, the Miz, Jacob Mizorowski, set to start. We'll have coverage all day long, beginning with Wisconsin's Morning News from the ballpark right here on your home of the Brewers, WTMJ. And 11 games remain on the Bucks' regular season schedule. That includes a tilt tonight on the road against the Trailblazers in Portland. It's a late one. Our coverage starts at 8:30 here on WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time 3:36. This report is sponsored by Horicon Bank, the natural choice. HoriconBank.com.
Doing banking differently since 1896. Greg Matzik here for Horicon Bank. Think about that for a second. Over 100 years of focus on the community and your business. At Horicon Bank, financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and your business. And yes, Horicon Bank is expanding, but they've not lost that community-minded feel. I trust Horicon Bank. I've connected with Horicon Bank, and I invite you to do the same. It's Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice, member FDIC.
Load up and cash in at our Buy More, Earn More event this week at Fleet Farm. From March 23rd through the 29th, all Fleet Rewards members will earn bonus rewards on qualifying purchases for the whole family. Earn $10 when you spend $100, earn $25 when you spend $200, and earn $50 in rewards when you spend $350. Membership's free. Sign up in-store or online. And remember, the bigger the haul, the more you earn. So stock up now at Fleet Farm's Buy More, Earn More event. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
3:37 on Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Adam Roberts in for John today, along with Julia Fello. Yes, indeed, we're talking buses again, but it's not an MCTS deficit. I know it's kind of surprising. Whenever it seems like lately I've been talking about MCTS, it's routes being cut, we're facing millions in deficits, but some actual good news as far as county transit goes today as part of a bigger, broader announcement. So I was out this morning at the War Memorial Center. We've talked about it before. If you know downtown Milwaukee, that's right on the lake, right by the Art Museum. Big press to do today, including County Executive David Crowley, who unveiled a giant, and I've got the full release right here, and there's a lot of bullet points on this release, a giant package of new county infrastructure projects, not just bus and transit related, but also relating to our county parks, county roads, and also relating to, just checking through some of this, trails that run through Milwaukee County as well. So more on all that in a moment. We'll hear from the county executive here quick.
We're also making major investments in our parks, and this include a full replacement of the A.C. Hansen Park Playground, multiple improvements to Bender Park and its boat launch, upgrades at the Kosciuszko Community Center, and the reconstruction of the North Point parking lot just down the road right near Bradford Beach.
So those are some of the more parks-related portions of all of this. There's more than 65 projects planned in total, and that's just for this year. So I'll run through some of the highlights that I was able to read on. Now, a little disclosure, as I was going through this list, I realized a lot of these we already kind of sort of knew about.
Well, you're the transit god, so yes, you'd be on top of this.
Yes, that is your name for
person.
me, not my own name for myself. But yes, like I was going through this and I feel like I've heard of some of these before. For example, here's one that I know we've talked about before. So if you know the middle of our city, right through our north side, there's the 30th Street area. There used to be a rail line. It still is technically there, but there's not a lot of traffic on it anymore. They've been talking about converting that into its own new trail that would connect our northwest and north sides of the city all the way to downtown. That's one of the things that they're still doing a study on, but it was listed as, hey, we're looking in at this. But some of the more interesting ones I found include the Oakleaf Trail. Most of us who live here have utilized that trail at least once. Juliet, right?
I live across the street from it.
I was on it just last night. I rode all the way from downtown to Whitefish Bay. I was meeting my mom for dinner. She was doing some Trader Joe's shopping, and it was right there. But yeah, you can go all the way from one end of the county to the other on the Oakleaf. But there are some spots where some areas are disconnected from one another, and so the trail is going to be extended. The Beer Line Trail that runs kind of through my neighborhood in River West is also going to be extended northbound. There's also enhancements that are coming to the Purple Line bus line for MCTS, bringing it back around to buses. So in total, all of this is being funded by $58 million, which is a combination of state and federal funding. Now, this is what I found interesting, because we hear a lot about how when it comes to specifically, for my frame of reference, MCTS, there's not a lot of growth there because we hear the refrain all the time, well, the state needs to give Milwaukee and Milwaukee County a bigger cut of the revenue that we're sending out. That's been the refrain for a very, very long time. And so I found it interesting that this funding is being batched together from the state as well as the federal level, two areas that typically don't, recently at least, give a lot of money back to Milwaukee County for upgrades such as these. So I found that a little bit interesting.
Are they updating the parking lots? I asked
There are a few, yes.
Okay, because the Wisconsin Policy Forum was underlining just how much everything is costing with infrastructure and our streets and our roads and our buildings and our parks. There's almost 150 parking lots, and just a few years ago, it was more than $50 million in an approximate cost to rehab and fix all the potholes and everything in the parking lots alone. So if you're thinking that that's a lot of money that you just heard, it's unfathomable how much everything costs.
Yeah, one of the lots is the North Point lot. So if you go up Lincoln Memorial Drive, all the way up before you go to where the water treatment facility is, there's that parking lot where people like to watch the waves. So that is one of the spots that's going to be improved. And speaking of Lincoln Memorial Drive, I apologize for burying the lead a bit because we're talking a lot about construction and roads with the Brewers opening day tomorrow. Everyone's going to be going through I-94. We're preparing for a lot of traffic. As it relates to this, there are 5 new construction projects on county roads that are going to be happening this year, including Lincoln Memorial Drive, or at least the part of it within the county's park system. So think again, like kind of right along, you go by the Collectivo, by McKinley Marina, that stretch there towards Bradford Beach, I think is the area they're referencing here. Now, as far as what that could look like, how it's going to impact drive times, where the barrels will be exactly, this doesn't say, and I'm not 100% sure. But that, along with 4 other county roads, will see construction projects that are, the county says, supposed to be done by the fall. We have seen, though, that oftentimes does not always come through. To be determined.
We will see. Just be careful when you're driving along I-94 getting to the Brewers game.
Mm-hmm.
You know who's going to be there? Jeff Leffering. He joins us next.
Shag carpet, avocado appliances, no frills backyards. A lot has changed. For 100 years, the Realtors Home and Garden Show, presented by Unilock, has showcased what's next, helping homeowners and gardeners rethink the way they live, indoors and out. This year's 100th annual show is packed with ideas for today, from smart homes to outdoor living spaces. Join us March 20th through 29th at State Fair Park. Buy tickets at mkehgs.com.
WTMJ's Julia Fello here for Appliance Gallery. They're right on Wisconsin Avenue. They have the most up-to-date luxury showroom in our entire state. So if you want to see luxury brands and see, touch, feel them, experience them in person, like Wolf, you can do that. Wolf is known for their reliable stoves and their bright red industrial knobs, so beautiful. Or you can experience Sub-Zero. They have those customized drawers for different groceries like fruits and vegetables with refrigerators, restaurant-level fridge. They have Miele, Fisher & Paykel, and more. The best part, they work seamlessly with your contractor or designer. So if you want custom cabinets over your fridge or dishwasher, they can do that. Elevate your kitchen. You deserve it. When you upgrade with appliances, the value of your home can go up 3% with that alone. An immediate return on investment. Head to ApplianceGalleryWI.com. That's ApplianceGalleryWI.com, or stop by Appliance Gallery's showroom on Wisconsin Avenue today.
Your financial life is not just about numbers. It is a journey, and Annex Wealth Management aims to help you move through it with clarity. When markets shift, it can be hard to understand what it means for what you have built. Annex offers guidance as a fee-only fiduciary firm, which means their recommendations are built around your best interests rather than commissions or product sales. Annex gives you access to a local team that includes wealth managers, financial planners, investment managers, estate planning attorneys, and client service specialists who work together to create a strategy tailored to your situation. They help clients with investment management, retirement income, planning, tax coordination, estate planning, education funding, and business succession strategies. Annex knows there's different financial plans for different stages of life, and they can help you adjust as things change. With nationwide accessibility, Annex blends personal attention with leading-edge tools to offer an experience built around informed decision-making. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference. Click Get Started at AnnexWealth.com.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, and they offer early memory loss classes to help you. They specialize in this area. It's kindness at the core, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. It's compassion, it's empathy. It's Wisconsin-based and family-owned, always welcoming people to come tour and welcome their new residents. I've seen their places. They're top-notch. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Milwaukee, this is the night you don't want to miss. The Analysis Live is back. March 27th at the Riverside Theater in downtown Milwaukee. You never know who's going to step on stage. The Analysis has shocked the crowd in past years with surprise appearances by Giannis and Stephen A. Smith. This year, Ric Flair headlines the Analysis Live. The WWE legend, the Hall of Famer, the Nature Boy. You know there will be plenty of surprises. Friday night, March 27th at the Riverside Theaters. Lock in your tickets now. TALiveshow.com. That's TALiveshow.com.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Social Security benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Unable to work due to health problems? Let Tayback help you get approved for the Social Security benefits you're entitled to. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Let's get you where you need to safely with Debbie Lazaga.
Well, we got a crash on the ramp from Hampton to 41 northbound, so watch out for that. On the southbound side, we've got backups basically from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. More delays through the Zoo Interchange down towards Lincoln. Back on the brakes from Beloit Road down and around the Hale Interchange to about 76th. Eastbound 94, watch for delays from just before 70th Street all the way to 35th. The westbound side heavy from 27th Street to Hawley Road. And southbound 43, going to be slow from Keefe all the way down through the Marquette and onto the high-rise bridge. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, low down to 46. Ahead of opening day tomorrow, slight chance for your rain a rainy morning on your Thursday, then that rain becoming likely in the afternoon, at least for a stretch. Looks like tailgating should be okay. We'll have highs in the low 50s, but temps will drop throughout the afternoon. Down to 38 on Friday with a return of some possible snow showers. It'll be breezy too. 47 and clouds on Saturday, then a chance of rain late on Sunday. Back up to 58. Right now, sun and 63 in Milwaukee at 348.
2-2. Fly ball to deep right. It is back. Soto back. Out of here!
That's my favorite play. He just blows his lungs out. Less than 24 hours until first pitch, and no one more excited than Jeff Levering. He's leading the play-by-play. He's the announcer for the Milwaukee Brewers on radio and TV. Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Of course. I mean, we're under 24 hours to go. I mean, the game could be over by this time tomorrow.
I know. I'm
Brewers
thinking
win.
about that.
Let's go.
Exactly. What are you most looking forward to seeing? Me, The Miz.
You want to see The Miz the most? I'm
Yes.
excited to see The Miz.
For sure.
You know what? I always love going back to the ballpark for the first time, and I was over there today just because I wanted to drop off a couple of goodies that I didn't want to bring into the ballpark with me tomorrow. But I love going to the ballpark and smelling the fresh cut grass for the first time and seeing my spring and summer family. I mean, that's what they are. Everybody who works at the ballpark, the grounds crew, Lorraine and James in the press dining area, everybody on the TV crew and the radio crew, they are the spring and summer family for me. And I'm excited to say hi to everybody and check in and see what's going on. And then the game is the icing on the cake. That's the best part of it.
Now I want cake. You know, Jeff, from someone in your spot, it's everyone, even us here too, are prepping for just the busyness of opening day because it is kind of, I think, turning a little bit into Milwaukee, the city's unofficial Super Bowl. Everyone gets decked out. The whole city just feels a little bit different. From someone in your position, how busy is your day? Because you're a man in demand starting very early in the morning with all of the media entourages that are out there. And then, as you said, just saying hello to everyone before first pitch, too.
Yeah, so tomorrow is a busy day. And if I ever ran for mayor of Milwaukee, I would try and make opening day a holiday for everybody so that you could just go and hang
Me
out.
too.
That would be
my vote.
That would be my platform. And I think Major League Baseball should be a national holiday for opening day. That's just my opinion because it's my favorite day of the year. My day tomorrow will be very busy. I'll be at the ballpark probably about 6:30 in the morning, and then I have a bunch of radio interviews from 7 until 9:30, basically, and then get prepared to call the game. The nice thing is that over the last couple of days, I've been able to prepare for. We know who the starting pitchers are. We don't know what the lineup's going to be, but I can at least figure some stuff out on the White Sox starting pitcher Shane Smith and kind of go from there. We all know about Miz. But it's always a busy day. It's always a busy day, but it's a great day. And it will be funny on Saturday going on the ballpark again, and you have all the elation from opening day, and it's jam packed. And then Saturday you show up and you go, okay, 161 more to go. Let's rock and roll. It's just totally different.
We have Jeff Levering on the talk and text line with us. Jeff, I was talking to Rick Schlesinger yesterday, the head of business operations, the president. He was telling me to expect the Miz to maybe throw 4 innings. Who would be the next pitcher after that tomorrow?
I think it's going to be all hands on deck. Who's available? The guys you won't see would be the guys that are in the starting lineup or starting rotation. In terms of Chad Patrick won't pitch. You won't see Brandon Sproat. You won't see Kyle Harrison or Brandon Woodruff. But I think everybody after that is ready to go. I would expect Miz somewhere between 85 to 95 pitches would be my guess, and however long that he can last on that pitch count, I think is a good thing. Heck, if you get 6 innings out of him and he's 85 to 90 pitches, that's a great thing. So let's hope he's in there a little bit longer than 4 innings. That means he's really cooking.
Interesting, because Dom, he had the prediction that Woodruff was going to be the starting pitcher. So you don't even think Woodruff would play after the Miz?
No, I think he's scheduled to start Tuesday's game.
Okay.
I would say that I think Brandon Woodruff wanted the ball on opening day, but at the same time, he needed to bounce back and after his last appearance. I think he threw a bullpen yesterday during the game. So It's just that he's a guy that you need in the starting rotation, and you want him to be a part of that starting rotation, and he'll get the ball on Tuesday.
So, Jeff, I have to ask, I'm not going to ask you for any hard answers here because you're a guy who splits his job duties between the radio. You're also on the TV side at times, too. And I don't know about you, but I have had people in just my personal life asking me, where am I going to be able to watch the game on my cable subscription package? And I have to say, I don't know because those details have been slow to eke out. Have you also been getting just people in your personal life asking you, hey, can you tell me, can you give me the inside deets on this? I know Brewers.tv is the big thing this year the team is pushing out, but a lot of people have been asking this, at least in my circle, for weeks at this point.
Agreed. And I would love to give all the details on it, but we will have details on the cable channels tomorrow morning. I promise you that. I promise you that.
What's interesting?
We don't have a channel. We don't have a channel quite yet, but Brewers TV is the number one fail-safe. It's the easiest way to get the Brewers on TV.
There you go. And you can also just listen to it, Adam, on 620.
Yes, you get every game right here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WGR.
I don't think it's a bad subscription amount. I mean, for the entire regular season, 162 games, it's $99. I don't think that's bad, Jeff.
It's not at all. It's 75 cents a game and no blackouts. That's in the past. If you did MLB.TV and you were in the market, you couldn't watch the Brewers because of the cable packages and the blackout ratings and all those different things. There are no blackouts anymore, which is fantastic. So $99 all year long, every single game. They also do monthly plans. If you want to do that, it's $20 a month. If you wanted to just sign up for the months that you're going to use it. So that's your prerogative. You could also upgrade and get every single Major League Baseball game that you could think of available at your fingertips for $200 total for the entire season. So $100 all Brewers, $20 a month if you want to do that. If you're a monthly fee kind of person, but $100 for the whole season, yeah, sign me up.
So, Jeff, before we let you go, we did get the list out from the Brewers today of just all the things that are going to be happening in terms of both pre and post game, as well as the directions to get into the ballpark with all of the construction that's going on. I did want to get your thoughts on, before the game, there will be a moment of silence held for former MLB umpire Bruce Fleming. Mequon native, was a huge force in the umpiring world for years. I don't know if you knew Bruce personally at all, but did you ever get a sense for just how big his lasting legacy to that job has been?
Yeah, I got to know Bruce pretty well because he would pop into the booth, and for whatever reason, his timing was always impeccable because our producer would be in our headsets and saying, all right, 30 seconds till air, and Bruce would pop in the booth and go, hey, guys, how's it going? Tell me some stories. So Bruce was amazing. He was perfect. He had such great stories. He and his son Steve, who was a bat boy in the 1982 team, they would always come into the booth and chat. Would always want to ask us what they thought of the umpires, and umpires always respected Bruce as well. He's a wonderful human being, and he's going to be missed. I'm going to miss him popping into the booth and just seeing his face as we're about ready to hit the air. That's definitely, I'm going to miss that. I'm glad that the Brewers are recognizing him tomorrow.
Yes, and also stay after for 20 minutes of the Uke documentary. He is our play-by-play announcer for the Milwaukee Brewers on radio and TV, Jeff Levering. Jeff, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Have a great day. We'll see you on opening day.
Thank you. Here's your business headlines.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Salad and Grain Bowl fans, rejoice. Forage Kitchen opened today in Brookfield, serving customizable bowls, signature dishes, and locally sourced ingredients. Revised plans for the Bluffs on Lake in St. Francis call for 200 new apartments, with more 1- and 2-bedroom units and fewer studios in the next phase of the lakefront complex. Central Standard Craft Distillery is moving into a 73,000 square foot headquarters on the Harley-Davidson campus, doubling its workforce and ramping up distribution to more states. I'm Juan Lasso with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Hey, John Mercure here for Annex Wealth Management. Annex knows how important it is to work with an advisor who understands the community you live in. Annex Wealth Management is local, independent, and committed to Southeast Wisconsin. Their investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning teams are based right here. Is your advisor a fiduciary, placing your interests ahead of their own? Annex is a fiduciary all the time. They've got the same local tax knowledge when strategy and timing can be critical, especially with the filing deadline approaching. Are they able to guide you in organizing an estate plan that reflects your wishes and takes care of your legacy? I have that with Annex. Annex Wealth Management is a fee-only fiduciary all the time, passionate about making financial journeys better for you with comprehensive strategies and empowering education. It's financial planning on every level. Whether you're on your financial journey just beginning, whether you're deep in, whether you need expert advice, it's Annex all the way. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com. Annex Wealth Management, know the difference.
Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, cold plunge. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Sale is happening at the Realtors Home and Garden Show inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. For a limited time, you can save thousands with factory direct pricing and special show discounts. Shop floor models, brand new inventory, and exclusive show-only deals you won't find anywhere else. Don't miss the Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Sale, March 20th through the 29th, only at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Come see it, try it, and save big at the show.
Lake Geneva is the Midwest's premier golf destination, featuring breathtaking views, crystal clear lakes, and rolling fairways. Treat yourself to an all-inclusive golf getaway with courses designed for all skill levels, luxurious lodging, distinctive dining, and a relaxing spa. Plan a Lake Geneva group golf outing, a corporate event, or a weekend getaway with friends or family. Their pros will help you plan a memorable golf experience. For info on courses and more, visit lakegeneva.com today. Lake Geneva, it's always been the place for legendary golf. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples, that was easy. Transform your home today. Exterior pros. Trust the pros. Traffic is sponsored by Rejuvenix Arthritis Pain Clinics. Go to rejuvenix.com for an appointment.
Go to rejuvenix.com to request your appointment.
It's almost here.
Terang, a fly ball to center. It is gone!
Baseball is back and almost within reach. Join us on WTMJ for coverage leading up to opening day. We'll be broadcasting live from American Family Field leading right up to the first pitch. Opening day on WTMJ is presented by Big Fish Contracting. We are the home of the Brewers all season long. WTMJ.
I'm Julia Fello. This is Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Your top story, a tragic crash involving a young child in Waukesha County.
I'm Adam Roberts. A new date for the debate.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. We got a crash on the ramp from Hampton to northbound 41, so watch out for that. Southbound is looking a lot better. It's a little bit heavy right past Hampton. The northbound side is backing up, of course, from Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. On southbound 43, backing up from just south of Capitol Drive down through the Marquette. You'll be back on the brakes, basically off the high-rise bridge down to the KK River crossing. Westbound 94, backing up 27th Street to Hawley Road, eastbound from 76th Street to 35th. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 46. Tomorrow, a slight chance of morning showers and evening showers likely tomorrow, a high of 50 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Decision, Wisconsin. Tonight, scheduled debate between state Supreme Court candidates Judge Maria Lazar and Judge Chris Taylor has been postponed to next week. Representatives for Judge Taylor say she's been diagnosed with kidney stones. The debate will now happen April 2nd. Early voting for the spring race has already started ahead of the election day, April 7th.
Meanwhile, in the village of Loch LaBelle, a child is now dead after a morning car accident.
Two-vehicle accident, SUV versus a smaller white vehicle. There's a child laying face down in a driveway moving, possibly another that may have been ejected in traffic.
That audio courtesy of Broadcastify. This happened near Highway 67 and McMahon Road this morning when a man driving on the highway hit another car waiting to turn onto McMahon. A 10-year-old boy in the struck car died at the scene. Both drivers and another passenger in that car were also taken to the hospital.
A high school teacher in Madison is on leave after a police investigation into a possible student relationship. The teacher works at Bell Phillips Memorial High School in Madison. The superintendent says the district has zero tolerance for this behavior. District leaders working closely with law enforcement right now. They say student safety remains a top priority. The investigation is ongoing.
The White House indicating negotiations are ongoing and continuing with Iran in an effort to end the war overseas. However, Iran says not so fast.
Iran's foreign minister says, quote, "We do not plan on any negotiations." White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says that's a bad decision.
Any violence beyond this point will be because the Iranian regime refused to understand they have already been defeated and refused to come to a deal.
At the same time, Secretary Leavitt says talks continue, but she won't say with whom.
We're not going to get into the details of these negotiations and conversations that continue to take place.
Saying they are very sensitive and diplomatic discussions. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
A majority of Wisconsin voters disapprove of the U.S. military attacks in Iran.
That number stands at 61%, according to the latest Marquette University Law School poll.
So these data are completely after the war began.
Poll director Charles Franklin says there is a big partisan gap.
75% of Republicans approve of the attacks, but 73% of independents disapprove. And 97% of Democrats disapprove.
Meanwhile, President Trump's job approval among Wisconsin voters dipped slightly this month to 42%. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Coming up, hey, rookie, get ready for a start.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 4:05.
WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Bob Sorens is the reason Sorens Ford became home of the nice guys.
Sorens, Robert. He was a nice young man in my biology class. I remember one day we dissected frogs, and Mr. Sorens stayed late after class and sewed all the frogs' organs back into place.
Every Ford dealer offers the same factory rebates and low financing, but nobody has lower prices than Sorens. Buy your next vehicle from the nice guys. Sorens Ford on Capitol Drive in Brookfield. Visit SOERENS.com.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour, and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Happy opening day eve to all, and tomorrow is the big day. Brewers and White Sox at American Family Field. Jacob Mizorowski set to start in the opener Thursday. Meanwhile, Chad Patrick will get the nod for Game 2 of the series after the off day Friday. And newcomer Brandon Sproat set to start the final game on Sunday. This as it was just only a few days ago he had even learned from the manager that he made the opening day roster.
So everyone was telling me congratulations about making the team, and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then I went and got food, just my day was over. I came around the corner and he was standing by his office. And he was like, hey, me the team. He's like, deal with it. And I was like, sounds good, appreciate it.
Meanwhile, baseball's regular season starts tonight on Netflix. The Yankees taking on the Giants. In the NFL, the regular season will begin September 9th. Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks will be the home team against an opponent still to be determined. And the Bucs on the road tonight in Portland. We'll have coverage for you from the West Coast. It's a late tip, 8:30, right here on your home of the Bucs, WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 4:08.
This report is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. Visit sidingunlimited.com.
It's March and Wisconsin's spring is finally here. Time to upgrade your windows that are failing, drafty, foggy, or just flat out unbearable to deal with. At Siding Unlimited, we install beautiful, energy-efficient windows designed to make your home more comfortable and affordable to maintain. Choose the rich, natural look of wood, the stylish and proven vinyl, or the incredible strength and durability of fiberglass, all built to battle every Wisconsin season. New windows installed by Siding Unlimited don't just transform how your home looks, they help lower energy bills, reduce outside noise, and maximize natural light in every room, making your home brighter on sunny days. Trust the local family-operated Siding Unlimited to be the company of choice for your next window project. Proven to be the best by earning Pella's prestigious Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. Call Siding Unlimited at 262-567-4513 or visit sidingunlimited.com today.
The road trip continues.
It sucks till we're stuck on a road.
Hit it from the elbow, rebounded by Ryan Rollins. Rollins drives right past Barnes, soars to the rim on the other side, punches it through, and then headbutts the backstop.
The Bucs hit the trail to Portland to take on the Blazers. Our Bucs Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 8:30 on the home of the Bucs, WTMJ.
It sucks till we're stuck on a road.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here are your hosts, Julia Fello and Adam Roberts.
Hour number 2, Wisconsin's afternoon news on a Brewers opening day eve Wednesday. Welcome in now our friend over from 1017 The Truth. He is the host of the Tori Lowe Show, 1 to 4. It's Tori Lowe in the flesh. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, thank y'all for having me as usual.
So you and I had an interesting conversation, a short but meaningful one, I think, yesterday. This was just outside of our studios here on the Milwaukee Department of Community Wellness and Safety. Quick context here. So that office has had a whole host of changes at its top leadership position, whether it was the Office of Violence Prevention, the Office of Community Wellness and Safety, now the Department of. And we're once again finding ourselves in this deadlock. As many people know, former director Adam Purcell suddenly resigned earlier this year. A lot of reasons that went into that. Meanwhile, the mayor...
He was a murderer.
Yes, and under the rules of the state, you cannot run if you are a convicted felon for that sort of position. So now the mayor has to find someone else for the job, and that person has to go through an appointment process. Well, there is a nominee. Her name's Karen Tyler. She's been with the department or office for many years now, but things are tied up because the Common Council has issues with her ability to lead. Now, you and I talked a little bit about this yesterday, and I got some of your thoughts. Enlighten the audience, please.
Well, my thoughts are, many times when you dig into the establishment to put the leader up, you're probably going to get more of what you've been getting. And I think that that's a concern, with where the city is now, especially with the shootings going on downtown. A lot of our biggest consumers go downtown and have fun on the weekends.
Sure.
Last year around July, Tweezy was shot and other people. There was a huge shooting down there. Rest in peace to young Tweezy. But now you have the same situation going on again right now. And after all of the planning, they said they were going to bring more officers. They were going to do X, Y, and Z around July. Now, another killing. What happened to all the measures? They're asking the tough questions. And now here we go with Karen Tyler up for to be appointed as the director of the Office of Wellness and Safety, formerly known as the Office of Violence Prevention. And people are raising eyebrows to this appointment, and they want somebody that's going to really come in there and be able to deal with the real situations that are going on right here in the city.
So Alderwoman Charlene Moore for the city was one of the people who's raised the flags the most on her abilities. I wanted to play you this clip. This is from about 2 weeks ago. So Karen was before the Public Safety and Health Committee because as part of the appointment process, you have to go through this body. They get to ask questions, try to find out what do we need to know about this person. And she was asked,
what is the leading cause of death among children?
Among children?
Among children.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
You're not like, as far as data is concerned. So guns are the leading cause of death among children.
So that's the Alderwoman asking Karen the question.
And that's a simple question if you're getting paid for violence prevention.
And the budget of this office is more than $10 million a year. And it doesn't seem like there's any difference that's, substantial difference that's been made besides changing the name of the office like 3 times.
And also, Governor Evers gave out money for violence prevention, didn't give the city of Milwaukee not 1 cent.
And I asked yesterday state office, hey, can you explain why? Because I had found that out yesterday also, but I wanted to know, was there a reason? Like, why did it get rejected? And I got a statement back that was pretty blanket that said, unfortunately, their application was not awarded. So no real reason was given.
So even after they had $10 million allotted, they decided to add another $5 million to allot to organizations. So that kind of tells it all, doesn't it? Doesn't it say that maybe this office will be dissolved by the end of this year? That's what
you got to realize. The Governor Evers, Cavalier Johnson, David Crowley, they all talk. They're not so far away from each other. They're from the same party. They hang out. They do events together. This, to me, wasn't a shock to Cavalier Johnson that this wasn't going to happen, to me. And I believe that they're trying to dissolve it because this has kind of become a black eye in the city for the last 5 or 6, 7 years. And I think that now they're working to say, hey, look, without saying it out loud, that, hey, this may be the end of that office. Or they may be trying to find other means outside of the office to resolve the issues that are happening in the city.
He is Tori Lowe, host of The Tori Lowe Show from 1 to 4 on 101.7 The Truth. Tori, always good talking to you.
Hey, thank y'all for having me.
4:15 on WTMJ.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wickert here with my son David, Accunet's president and maestro of metaphor. What do you have for us today?
Dad, buying a home is a lot like having a baby. And it turns out that in today's extra competitive market, getting real estate pregnant with your offer accepted is the hardest part. So along with your agent, your Accunet loan consultant will do everything possible to get your real estate bun in the oven.
Yep, we can definitely help buyers make their offers more competitive. Okay, so once you've made the real estate baby, so to speak, what else do buyers and their agents want?
As a son, now this is getting gross and I regret the metaphor. But the next thing everyone wants are regular checkups and an on-time delivery. That's where Accunet really shines, with proactive weekly updates to reassure the sometimes nervous homeowners-to-be that everything's okay and on track.
It all starts with a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval, and our home buying clinic is always open. Just click on the blue button at Accunet.com to get started. That's ACCUNET.com.
Traffic is sponsored by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Whatever the weather, visit WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. Visit Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center today for another two-man scramble tournament. Play at Georgia Golf Club on spacious, state-of-the-art simulators unlike any other.
Must play in March. Cash prizes only. No green jackets.
Traffic and then weather, Debbie Lossica.
Well, things are still slowing down. Southbound 43 from about, I would say about Keefe all the way down through the Marquette interchange and over the high-rise bridge. Once you get off the high-rise bridge, you're good to go all the way down to the Mitchell interchange. Southbound 41, a different story. We've got delays right past Capitol Drive, and then you're back on the brakes from the Zoo interchange, pretty much all the way down and around the Hale interchange to 76th. Also, westbound 94, a little bit heavy, 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side is going to be slow, basically just before 70th Street, all the way through to about 35th. Highway 175 northbound, right at the ramp from Wells Street. We do have the left lane blocked with a broken down vehicle. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 46. Tomorrow, slight chance of morning showers. Evening showers likely, a high of 50. Right now, Milwaukee at 62 degrees and mostly sunny.
53 days. That's how long it's been since the family of Nancy Guthrie first reported her missing from her home in Pima County, Arizona at the start of February. And now her daughter, Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie, speaking in long form for the first time. The Guthries posted several videos since her mother's disappearance in February, including that her family is offering $1 million reward for Nancy's recovery. This morning, Savannah sat down with NBC colleague Hoda Kotb for an interview that was teased in partiality this morning on the show.
We are in agony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We are in agony. It is unbearable.
Mm-hmm.
And to think of what she went through.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up every night, in the middle of the night, every night. And in the darkness, I imagine her terror. And it is unthinkable, but those thoughts demand to be thought.
Yeah.
And I will not hide my face. That she needs to come home now.
Yes.
It's still unknown when Savannah could return to television, though she has indicated she will do so at some point. More of that interview, by the way, if you want to watch it on NBC tomorrow, is set to air both tomorrow and then partially on Friday as well. It's 4:19 on WTMJ.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris sit down with Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, on the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, everybody. Debbie Laziga here for Comfort Awnings in Burlington, your awnings and screenings experts, servicing Southeast Wisconsin and Northern Illinois. They custom make these to fit your home. Like, I had this done, and they came out to my home. They did all the measurements. Then we talked colors and fabrics on what would work the best with my home so that it fit in like it was made for it. They talk to you about the process, what it's going to take. Usually it takes them just a few hours to install once everything comes in. And this spring, trust me, the warm weather is going to be coming, and you want to spend more time outside in your space. It increases your living space. You can enjoy the shade in your backyard or even the rain. It is so calming to hear that rain outside. Right now, they got a great deal going on. Until the end of March, you can receive a free motor with the purchase of any retractable awning or screen. That means no cranking with your hands. Call 414-AWNINGS for a free estimate or visit comfortawnings.com.
If you're going to put some of your hard-earned profits into advertising, you better do it right, because we know you don't want to waste a dime. If you want ad success, it's not just knowing what to say, it's knowing how to say it. Telling isn't selling, and a message that doesn't sell will waste your money. With thousands of ads of experience, we know what to say and how to say it to get you better results. Go to Anderson-Smith.com's Our Work page to listen and see why we're the guys smart advertisers call to make their ad dollars work harder. We found that whatever kind of ad you decide to run, if it doesn't sell, it's a bad ad. One thing we're pretty good at is digging deep to find what truly sets our clients apart from their competition. And we're always surprised at what we find and have often asked, well, why haven't you been telling the public that? There are things about your business that you aren't telling enough people, and certainly not often enough. We'll fix that. Go to Anderson-Smith.com and hit the Contact Us button. because we help small business advertisers get better results.
Look, it's Jake from our store in Kenosha.
Hi, Monica. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Rick.
Your email said you had a big surprise.
Look and tell me what you see.
Wow, I see 9 perfect examples of the classic diamond solitaire engagement ring.
They're gorgeous.
These rings are exactly what people imagine when they hear the words engagement ring.
Monica, do you think it will always be like that?
Evermore.
That long?
And each of these is 3/4 of a carat.
$998.
Unbelievable. So how much do we sell them for?
That is how much we sell them for.
Can we do that?
We're the largest employee-owned jewelry company in America, Rick. We can do anything we want.
But for how long?
Evermore.
People can choose any of the 9 most popular style solitaires, 3/4 of a carat, and each of them was created in the heart of a miniature star.
5 different diamond shapes, 2 colors of gold. Evermore, just $998.
Or $14.98 with 1 carat diamond center with diamonds on the side.
Learn more at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Some really big landmark trials took place. The latest is in Los Angeles. A jury finds social media companies at fault for addiction and mental health issues. Meta and YouTube liable for impacting the mental health of a woman when she was a child. We have ABC News legal analyst Royal Oakes on the talk and text line. Royal, she was awarded $3 million, and from what I'm hearing, the number could keep going up.
Yeah, and actually there's breaking news on that front. The $3 million was the amount the Los Angeles jury several hours ago today awarded in favor of the woman, now 20, who claims she was hooked on social media since age 8, and the defendants were Meta and YouTube. But what happened in just a few minutes ago is that after only 40 minutes of deliberating punitive damages, because in California, if you say, yes, we want to talk about punitive damages, there's a second phase of the trial where the defendant's wealth is introduced. That resulted in another $3 million. So the grand total is $6 million, 4.2 against Meta, 1.8 against YouTube. Now, if that sounds big, Meta may be breathing a sigh of relief because, earlier this week in New Mexico, a jury awarded $375 million against Meta. So there are 2 losses this week, one big and one not so big.
Wow. What was the mental health issues the woman says that she developed from using those social media apps as a child?
Anxiety, depression, body image issues, suicidal thoughts. The problem with this plaintiff is that she had other issues going on in her life. And Meta, of course, it's kind of awkward to bring up mental problems of a young woman, but given her lawsuit allegations that it was scrolling that really was the big problem for her, Meta was able to introduce evidence of bullying, of sexual misconduct by her, of her mother screaming at her. They even played a video of that, of bullying at school. So this may have resulted in what could be seen as kind of a compromise verdict. But again, it's a lot of money. But when you look at it in comparison to the $375 million, it's a huge drop in the award against Meta.
So, Royal, when we look then down the road here, a lot of the initial reaction is this punitive damage stuff, but we also have referred to this as a landmark trial. When we think about potential platform-wide changes that this could open the door to, what does this ruling indicate in that matter? How far could we see changes go? Is it just going to be for social media apps referring to youth using them, or could it be a more general audience change?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think they're going to focus on youth. That's really been the emphasis of these lawsuits. I think you're going to see efforts like they have done in Australia, where they basically say, sorry, if you're under 18, you can't be on social media without express parental approval. So you're going to see those kinds of discussions going on. These 2 cases, New Mexico and LA, are only 2 of about 1,000 similar lawsuits around the country. And the judges in charge of resolving these suits decided we're going to have 9 trials roll out, one after the other, starting with LA, then New Mexico. Then the parties will see, after 9 results, they'll have a pretty good idea what might happen with the other 989 suits. Or 91 suits. So there's going to be some serious discussion going on after these initial trial results in terms of settling the cases. Because when you settle, of course, you buy certainty, you avoid legal fees, you just may not get quite as much as if you were in New Mexico.
ABC News legal analyst Royal Oakes joining us on Talk and Text Line. Royal, thank you.
You bet. Thanks.
And by the way, yesterday, the separate jury in New Mexico, they ordered Meta to pay $375 million in damages for failing to protect young users from child predators on Instagram and Facebook.
Speaking of dollars, let's get now to your WTMJ NX Wealth Management Market Update. Another good day on Wall Street. All big three up at least 0.5% on the day. The NASDAQ was the big winner, up 0.7%, 168 points in the green. The Dow was up 305 points at 46,429 for the day, and the S&P 500 up 35 at 6,592. Financial planning at every level, Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-979-3535. That's 800-979-3535. 800-979-3535.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. Do you love the way your home looks? When you pull in, do you think, wow, the old homestead looks fantastic? Or do you notice that the siding's all faded and the roof is kind of falling apart? Well, Tri-County Contracting can help make it look the way you truly want it and make you love it. The website is tricountycontractingwi.com. It's roofing, siding, and windows that'll make you love your home again. tricountycontractingwi.com.
There's a difference between seeing the world and truly experiencing it. Whether you are witnessing the majestic glaciers of Alaska with Princess Cruises or savoring the refined classic service of Holland America Line, your 2026 voyage should be nothing short of seamless. At Fox World Travel, we handle every detail from the best staterooms to the perfect shore excursions. Don't just sail, arrive. Call 866-GO-FOX-GO to connect with one of our cruising experts today.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Brave Americans who served shouldn't be denied benefits or have a disability claim incorrectly evaluated by the VA. If you're one of those vets, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 4:30. I'm Julia Fello. Your top story this half hour. A death investigation in a ballpark parking lot.
I'm Adam Roberts. Police shoot and kill a burglary suspect in Dane County.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Eastbound 94, we're starting to see some delays heading from 164 past Highway F. Then you're back on the brakes from about 76th Street through 235th. On the westbound side, backups from just before 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Southbound 43, heavy from just south of Capitol Drive all the way down past Lincoln. The northbound side's backed up coming out of the Kilbourne Tunnel all the way up to North Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
46 and partly cloudy tonight. Could see some sprinkles on your opening day Thursday morning. Could be more likely once the game is already underway. Thank goodness for the roof. With a high around 52. Right now in Milwaukee, sunny skies and 62 degrees at 4:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a death investigation underway near American Family Field. Police say a person was found after a fire was put out Tuesday night in the stadium's Yount parking lot. Circumstances surrounding the death and the person's identity still not known.
A former Milwaukee police officer will see prison time for helping out a street gang.
Jawan Madlock will serve 5 years in federal prison for using confidential police information to help a violent local gang target its rivals. Madlock worked in District 6 when prosecutors say he sold ammunition to a felon, helped the gang hide its stolen vehicles, and provided the gang with the addresses of its rivals. Court documents showed he also sent pictures of his fellow officers to a gang member and showed criminals how to flee from law enforcement. Madlock pled guilty to the charges in December. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
An officer-involved shooting leaves one person killed in the town of Springdale in Dane County. Verona police were chasing a car wanted in connection to a burglary that happened 10 days ago. The car was disabled near Highway 151. The driver got out of the car with a hammer, according to police, and a fight ensued. Verona Police Sergeant Trevor Runke then shot the driver. 44-year-old Eric Pottinger died at the scene. Sergeant Runkle is on administrative leave.
Overseas, Iran reportedly rejecting a 15-point proposal from the U.S. to end the ongoing war. And the Strait of Hormuz appears to be the major sticking point for Iranians. ABC's Tom Sophie Burridge.
We spoke to the IDF, and the senior Israeli security official was emphasizing to us is that a few naval mines in the water can cause absolute havoc to ships. And if one ship were to be blown up, that senior Israeli security official told us, then it would cause havoc with energy prices again and with the global economy in general.
This all comes after President Trump suggested both sides were close to a deal.
A deal to end the partial government shutdown and fund DHS looks uncertain. Passengers are continuing to face long hour lines in some airports. CBS Natalie Brand.
Democratic leaders criticized Tuesday's GOP proposal for funding part of ICE without including reforms to tighten rules around warrants or prohibit officers from wearing masks.
I'm going to introduce an amendment to fully fund ICE. I don't believe in holding TSA hostage because the Democrats hate ICE.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune rejected the Democrats' counter, saying it's not even close to being real and calling some of the proposals non-starters.
CBS News has learned that the White House did consider but ultimately rejected an offer from Elon Musk to cover the TSA costs during the DHS shutdown.
Back at home, families in the Lake Country School District could soon face major uncertainty about where their children go to school. The district says it's facing possible dissolution if voters reject a referendum this spring. District Administrator Chad Schroffnagel telling WTMJ.
While we don't know what would happen, what we do know for certain is that the decision is no longer about local control. It is about the state of Wisconsin and this board making the decision. They tell you where your kids are going to go to school, and they make the decision of how they redraw those boundaries. So it's a great unknown, but it would be very concerning, I think, to all families involved.
If the referendum passes, it would provide about $800,000 a year for 4 years to help keep schools running.
Traffic could be a bit hectic around the Brewers games with the ongoing construction on 94. The DOT says they developed an interactive website which provides recommendations of different routes to and from the ballpark. Here is the Brewers Chief Operating Officer, Marty Ronsky.
And my hope is that people are really going to get used to using that, and it's going to, always sort of give you the best route. I will also tell you this. We are working, opening day and a couple other times throughout the season. We're going to have some things for folks to do after the game.
Fans can access the site through the MLB Park app.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. T-minus 21 hours till opening day first pitch. The Brewers and White Sox doing battle tomorrow afternoon at American Family Field. And the Crew's initial rotation for this season features a few young newcomers, including Kyle Harrison and Brandon Sproat. Sproat in particular spending the past month working closely with catcher William Contreras.
William likes to work fast, and I do too, so already, starting off on the right foot, so that's definitely good. But just talking to each other, in between innings, before the game, it really just comes down to having good communication between each other.
It'll be Jacob Mizorowski getting the starting day nod for the opener against the Sox tomorrow. We'll have coverage for you all day long right here on your home of the Brewers, WTMJ, from both here and out at the ballpark and around Milwaukee as well, beginning early tomorrow morning. And 11 games left on the Milwaukee Bucks regular season schedule. That includes tonight's tilt in Portland against Damian Lillard and the Trailblazers. Our coverage starts at 8:30 this evening right here on your home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 4:37.
Your financial life is not just about numbers. It is a journey, and Annex Wealth Management aims to help you move through it with clarity. When markets shift, it can be hard to understand what it means for what you have built. Annex offers guidance as a fee-only fiduciary firm, which means their recommendations are built around your best interests rather than commissions or product sales. Annex gives you access to a local team that includes wealth managers, financial planners, investment managers, estate planning attorneys, and client service specialists who work together to create a strategy tailored to your situation. They help clients with investment management, retirement income, planning, tax coordination, estate planning, education funding, and business succession strategies. Annex knows there's different financial plans for different stages of life, and they can help you adjust as things change. With nationwide accessibility, Annex blends personal attention with leading-edge tools to offer an experience built around informed decision-making. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Load up and cash in at our Buy More, Earn More event this week at Fleet Farm. From March 23rd through the 29th, all Fleet Rewards members will earn bonus rewards on qualifying purchases for the whole family. Earn $10 when you spend $100, earn $25 when you spend $200, and earn $50 in rewards when you spend $350. Membership's free. Sign up in-store or online. And remember, the bigger the haul, the more you earn. So stock up now at Fleet Farm's Buy More, Earn More event. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
You're simply the best. Time now for Travel Wisconsin on Wisconsin's Afternoon News, sponsored by TravelWisconsin.com. We have with us our wonderful travel secretary, Ann Sayers. Ann, how are you doing?
I'm great. How about you?
Fantastic. I love that we're talking about a girlfriend's getaway.
I am too, because I know my girlfriends are starting to talk about this for the summer, so it's really good timing for me too. I hope listeners are, this will be helpful.
Absolutely, including shopping, art, and more on a Hudson getaway.
I love this first idea, Hudson's. You can plan a riverside getaway with your crew to the community of Hudson. It's a walkable downtown. They have super cute shops, trendy restaurants. You can start by checking out the shopping scene along Main Street. The Bee's Knees, this is a sweet little gift shop with one-of-a-kind finds. Across the street is Etc., the shop known for its uncommon home accents and decor that's been welcoming visitors for over 20 years. And then if you need a group activity, consider taking an adult art class at the Phipps Center for the Arts. You're going to find several adult-focused classes on weekends, evenings to explore your creative side through clay, paintings, and acrylic pours. And then grab an island-inspired meal at San Pedro Cafe, the restaurant serving fresh Caribbean flavors, loved by both locals and visitors. You can consider visiting for dinner. Popular specialties include Jamaican jerk chicken, or they also have a great morning brunch.
Gotta have the brunch for the girls' trip. And Hudson, and I think, is a very underrated community in the northwest part of our state. A great getaway to both the St. Croix River and a lot of other great parts of that part of the state. It all starts in Hudson, I think.
Agreed. Great gateway to a lot of outdoor recreation as well.
Now, if we want to be a little bit closer to home, because sometimes I know if I'm trying to find friends to go out for any kind of getaway, we want to keep it close to where we're at. And it looks like there's always something good going on in Cedarburg.
I love Cedarburg. It's so perfect for a girls' getaway. You could start by visiting the Cedar Creek Winery to sip on some locally produced wine. It's a popular winery. They offer daily wine flight tastings. You could consider stopping by on a Saturday for a special wine and cheese tasting that happens in the winery's cellar, and it's full of old world ambiance. You could settle in with your crew at the Washington House Inn. It's an elegant boutique property. It's at the heart of everything in downtown Cedarburg. 29 beautifully decorated guest rooms in the main inn. The rooms all come with tasteful touches like 4-poster beds and this beautiful exposed stone. Pick up a sweet treat maybe at Amy's Gourmet Apples. This is a local confectioner. They opened all the way back in 1996, and they have been lauded by outlets like the Wall Street Journal and the Food Network for their wide selection of sweets, including, of course, their signature caramel apples. And then you could grab a retro-inspired meal at Toast, the breakfast and lunch spot playfully embracing the 60s-era vibe and features some upscale brunch dishes.
Oh, I love brunch. Camping in style at Waupaca County, too.
This is so cool. So start planning your summer by looking at a glamping trip for the girls at Camp Elsewhere. It's an Instagram-worthy property in Waupaca. It's just oozing aesthetics. Canvas tents are decked out with full beds, rugs, and furniture. It's like truly glamping. Camp Elsewhere also features 6 refurbished luxury cabins that'll accommodate groups of up to 8 girlfriends. The design is rustic meets chic. It's a perfect base camp to explore everything else in the Wapaka area, including spending some time on the water by taking a narrated boat tour of the chain of lakes. Clearwater Harbor offers seasonal tours on a double-decker paddle-wheeled boat. And depending on how big your crew is, you can actually rent out the boats for private tours and events like a cocktail cruise, perhaps. Yes, please.
Wow.
And then you could fill your time by exploring the shops and restaurants at downtown Wapaka. You could sip on locally crafted beers at H.H. Hinder Brewing Company or enjoy some fine dining at Doc Kelly's Public House. They're known for timeless flavors, traditional pub with a modern culinary twist.
All great ideas, and I'm glad you're throwing those out there now because there's a lot of summer planning, and I know we think, I'll have time to plan it later, and then it sneaks up on you. So it's good to be pre-planning, even right here in late March.
Yes, now is the time to sit down with your calendar to start blocking off weekends because the summer goes so fast and there's so much to do.
Start your spring getaway at travelwisconsin.com, travelwisconsin.com. Wisconsin's Afternoon News, sponsored by Travel Wisconsin and Sayers, Travel Secretary. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
443 on WTMJ.
Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, cold plunge. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Sale is happening at the Realtors Home and Garden Show inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. For a limited time, you can save thousands with factory direct pricing and special show discounts. Shop floor models, brand new inventory, and exclusive show-only deals you won't find anywhere else. Don't miss the Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Sale, March 20th through the 29th, only at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Come see it, try it, and save big at the show.
This is Bo from Ridgetop Exteriors. Your home should be the one place that you feel completely comfortable and safe, but old, drafty windows can steal that feeling. At Ridgetop Exteriors, we bring that peace of mind back. As Wisconsin's leading Pella Premier contractor, we install beautiful, secure windows and doors that can save you up to 40% on your energy bills. Get a home full of new Pella windows for as low as $198 a month. Learn more at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
John Mercure here for Connect Chiropractic. Life today can keep us stuck in stress mode. Headaches, poor sleep, constant tension, feeling worn down. At Connect Chiropractic, the focus isn't just masking symptoms, it's finding the root cause, helping your nervous system function the way it was designed so your body can heal, adapt, and perform at its best. If you deal with headaches, sleep struggles, or neck and back pain from long days at a desk, take a closer look. Start with a first visit at Connect Chiropractic. It includes advanced scans, digital x-rays, helping uncover what's really going on. Connect Chiropractic.
So I was talking with another real estate agent who has been in the business even longer than I have, with a couple of other big-name companies. He was talking about how it's tough to compete with us because we have good agents and we charge less commission. And he even said that he lost a few listings to us, and it always bothered him because he realized that he was doing everything that we were doing, but he was charging more. We do charge less, and we do everything that a full-service agency does. Because we are full-service real estate agents. The only difference is we give you our very best commission rate up front. You do pay for what you get. And with Century 21 Benefit Realty for 1.9% on the listing side of your home, with a cap of $19,000 commission on any size home, you can get full-service experienced agents, MLS marketing, professional photos, even virtual walkthroughs, and everything you get from any other big-name agent, all under the umbrella of the Century 21 brand. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
I'm Libby Collins. This week on WTMJ Conversations, we talk with Michael Trinkline, who's behind the pioneers of television. He'll tell us whether or not the late-night TV hosts of these days could ever live up to a true TV legend.
Richard Nixon said, "Let's get Cavett. We got to get rid of this guy." And I played it for him. He was so excited that he was important enough to have been an enemy of Nixon.
WTMJ Conversations, Sunday mornings at 11 on WTMJ.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Lead with purpose and take the next step in your career. At Concordia University, Wisconsin, the Batterman School of Business offers an online MBA designed for ambitious professionals like you. Choose from 12 in-demand concentrations with flexible courses that fit your schedule and your goals. Visit cuw.edu/MBA to get started. That's cuw.edu/MBA.
People hear Horicon Bank and they think local, instantaneously.
Over the years, was able to help them in their later years when they needed some care. So I would say that was cradle to grave experience for me.
We encounter precious moments like this all the time. We have a trust administration department that can help.
Our motto is together as a bank and as an organization, and then doing good.
There's amazing success stories of small business entrepreneurs who now are multi-million-dollar companies.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
447 on WTMJ. Let's get a look at the roads. Debbie Lozga's got eyes all over. What are you seeing, Deb?
It's a slow ride on southbound 43 right now from Keefe all the way down through the Marquette down to the KK River crossing, so give yourself time. It's going to be a slow one. On the northbound side, backing up out of the Kilbourne Avenue Tunnel all the way up to Locust. Westbound 94, very heavy from about 25th Street all the way to Hawley Road. A little bit more delayed from Highway F towards 164 in Waukesha County. On the flip side, we do have delays 164 all the way to Springdale, and then back on the brakes from 84th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange to 35th Street. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Partly cloudy, 46 for tonight. Opening day Thursday. Going to be a little all over the place. We'll start dry if you're heading out to tailgate. Just a slight chance for some showers, but those shower chances will tick up a bit in the afternoon, possibly as you're heading out of the ballpark. Highs in the low 50s, but they'll drop in the afternoon. 38 only on Friday with a chance for some snow showers, up to 47 Saturday, and 58 with a chance of rain late on Sunday. Right now in Milwaukee, still some sun, 63 degrees, still at 448.
It's time for the Milwaukee Economy Briefing, where we dive into the latest trends and insights shaping our city's business landscape. To help explain the trends and the news is MMAC President Dale Koinga on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
The Economic Spotlight is brought to you by Concordia University, the Batterman School of Business, and Horicon Bank, the natural choice, doing banking differently in Wisconsin since 1896. Visit HoriconBank.com.
And Dale Koinga joins us in the studio on this opening day eve. Happy opening day eve to you, Dale.
Can't wait. Brewers are going to have a great season. Tomorrow's going to be the start of it.
I know.
I'll be there.
This is great. This is rare that I see you twice in one day. We bumped into, I saw you out at the War Memorial Center this morning. We talked a little bit earlier on the show about some county infrastructure projects being unveiled. What made you want to go out today?
Well, whenever the county's going to announce projects that's going to make this a more livable region to live in, we're all in on that. So they announced a bunch of new investments in more bike trails and road investments and transit, all money that's not secure from local taxpayers, but from other entities, the federal government, state government. So the County Executive Crowley's done a great job leading on a lot of those issues, and he asked us to be part of the press conference. And I saw you roll up on your bicycle.
Yes, sir.
Like living the life.
You know, if you're gonna,
it was so perfect.
Was he in his yellow vest and his?
I had the bright yellow helmet on.
You know,
it's during the day.
The biggest problem this show is they can't see you, because it was just perfect rolling up on your bicycle for the bicycle announcement of investment.
So good.
Well, and it's important that I think you were there, because as you say, you had about 60 seconds to just speak at the availability, and you mentioned that these are the sort of things when it comes to livability that especially young people want in their metro areas when they're considering, where am I going to live? What amenities are available to me? Wouldn't you say it's a pretty important element?
Yeah, I grew up on the south side of Chicago. It was a nice neighborhood. It wasn't like, what you think of south side Chicago, but there was no bike paths. There was limited parks compared to what we have here. And went to school then in Sheboygan, Lakeland, moved to Milwaukee in 2001. And I remember that first run, I was like, I'm going to go for a run. And I ran down the lakefront, Oak Leaf Trail. And I remember just being like, this is great. This is awesome.
I know.
And then life goes on, and Jennifer and I bought our first house at 99th and Nash in Milwaukee, right off the Menominee River Parkway, and just all those memories of the small kids and walking the dog and going for walks on the Menominee River Parkway. That is a gem. We have among the best park systems in the nation for a city of our size, of any size. And just to see this continuous investment in those priorities, I don't know who wouldn't celebrate that and who wouldn't be there to say that that's great. Let's continue to invest in our parks and our trail system.
Absolutely. Now let's go to something else. Young people, everybody's pitching me this with all these PR companies facing a tough job market. Is it because of AI? Are we losing jobs right now because of AI?
It is not because of AI. In fact, there was an article in the Wall Street Journal that says AI is actually making work harder in some respects because it's taking out of work the simpler parts of the work and making you think harder longer. So there's actually, in many respects, AI is creating jobs, not destroying jobs. Really what they say is the tougher job market for recent college grads is just this low hire, low fire dynamic. And so the companies are slow to hire because when you hire someone, it's great. You know, these college students come out, they think they're educated now, they're ready to contribute to the workforce. And really the education for these new hires is created in the workforce, an extension of their education. So, and that's everything from accountants to nurses to teachers, like you're still learning. So there's a sunk cost when you first hire someone. And a lot of these baby boomers who are retiring are still, because of longer life expectancy, they're holding on to their jobs longer, kind of stacking a little bit. So it's not AI that's leading to this. It's a lot of other different factors.
But is it fair to say, though, Dale, that in terms of job skills and when you're entering the workforce in 2026, the ability to work with and at least baseline understand artificial intelligence can be a have versus have not separator?
Yeah, and this is why one of the leading institutions on this in Milwaukee School of Engineering, which, by the way, I always say I think it's the most hidden gem in this region, is they actually just said that AI is going to be a part of every single program they have: business, nursing, engineering.
Smart.
And it is smart because they really divide that into 4 different criteria in the curriculum. Is one, how does AI work, right? Like, what is behind this black box that's giving me an answer? And that's a whole different segment as far as the different ways that AI does that. 2, what's the practical use of AI? How can I use it for what I'm doing? 3 is critical evaluation of outputs and risk. Like, okay, I got this answer. Don't just rely upon it. Let's think about it critically. And 4, what is the ethical questions about what I'm getting from AI, and is it ethical to use AI and applying it to all? Now, I am a student right now. I'm a student in the Army War College. It is so interesting to be a student in a master's program. The last time I was a student was my MBA at Marquette back.
You're getting another master's?
It's, master's in strategic studies. It's the Army War College. It's for certain officers. And so I'm in a pretty intensive master's program right now. And let me just tell you, it's really interesting being a student in 2026 versus when I was last a student in 2008, 2007, when I graduated my MBA from Marquette. And it's this is the way I explain AI as a student, is in the movie Good Will Hunting. Remember that scene where Will wants to go to the batting cages and the girl's like, no, I need to do my organic chemistry. Like,
yeah,
I know
and then
you
he
could just
finishes it for her?
Yeah, well, he tries to, and he tries to take her, and she stops like, Will, I know you could just do this. I know you have this brain. I don't know how your brain works, but you could just take this and just do this. And then I forget her name, but
Minnie Driver.
Yeah, Minnie Driver, whoever her character is. She looks at it and says, well, I actually need to learn this. Like, it's organic chemistry. I need to learn this. Like, I want to be a doctor. I need to learn this. And being a student in this AI environment, you could use AI to do your footnotes easier. You could do AI to check your grammar. But it doesn't change the fact that if you want to get the most out of your education, you still need to learn the material. And that doesn't change education. Education needs to adapt. It seems like schools like MSOE do this is exactly the right answer. And that's why I'm very optimistic about our institutions of higher learning, even though there's demographic challenges in the Milwaukee area, because they get this and they apply this.
He is Dale Koenga, the president and CEO of the Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce. Dale, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Go Brewers.
Here's your business headlines.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Salad and Grain Bowl fans rejoice. Forage Kitchen opened today in Brookfield, serving customizable bowls, signature dishes, and locally sourced ingredients. Revised plans for the Bluffs on Lake in St. Francis call for 200 new apartments, with more 1- and 2-bedroom units and fewer studios in the next phase of the lakefront complex. Central Standard Craft Distillery is moving into a 73,000 square foot headquarters on the Harley-Davidson campus, doubling its workforce and ramping up distribution to more states. I'm Juan Lasso with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Scratch this off your bucket list. Travel by luxury motor coach to Mount Rushmore this spring. Vince Vitrano here for KB Excursions. From the western charm of Deadwood, the legendary Wall Drug, even a Royal River Casino stop. This 5 nights, 6 days trip includes meals, lodging, and all gratuities. You just have to get on board. The trip is booking now for the end of May. Let KB Excursions be your guide and your ride. Sign up now to head west at kbexcursions.com.
It's almost here.
Terang, a fly ball to center. It is gone!
Baseball is back and almost within reach. Join us on WTMJ for coverage leading up to opening day. We'll be broadcasting live from American Family Field leading right up to the first pitch. Opening day on WTMJ is presented by Big Fish Contracting. We are the home of the Brewers all season long. WTMJ.
I didn't want my kids spending their weekends fixing my gutters or worrying if I was okay. Hi, this is Arvid. At Capri Communities, I have new friends, fun activities, and a safe, maintenance-free home. My children get peace of mind, and I get to enjoy life to the fullest. It's the best gift I could give them and myself.
Give the care that has your parent enjoying life again at Capri Communities. Get started today at capricommunities.com.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. The staff is deeply committed to providing a welcoming and engaging environment for everyone at every level. Learn the right way to handle firearms, level up your skills, and experience replica firearms from different historical eras while learning about their role in protecting our freedoms throughout history. Visit veteran-owned and managed Mission 94 in Kenosha today. Check out the 5-star reviews. Just Google Mission 94.
Start the new year with a new style from Shopco Optical. John Mercure here. I've just scheduled my appointment. I'm super excited. They've got multiple locations, one right near your home. Use your vision benefits and schedule your annual comprehensive eye exam. Check out new frame styles. They've got the best in the business. Ordered those contact lenses all in one place. Shopco Optical, committed to quality eye care, create personalized vision solutions tailored to your vision and lifestyle needs. I love these guys. It's Shopco Optical. Get in touch today at shopco.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests.
That's WTMJ.com/contests.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Sponsored by Accunet Mortgage.
Get your rock solid pre-approval or a no-pressure refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
The road trip continues.
It sucks to we're stuck on a road.
Good hit it from the elbow, rebounded by Ryan Rollins. Rollins drives right past Barnes, soars to the rim on the other side, punches it through, and then headbutts the backstop.
The Bucks hit the trail to Portland to take on the Blazers. Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 8:30 on the home of the Bucks, 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 5 o'clock. I'm Julia Fello. This is Wisconsin's afternoon news for Wednesday, March 25th. Your top story. A state Supreme Court debate has a new date.
I'm Adam Roberts. Pink slips on the way to several MPS employees.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. A crash on the off-ramp to Loomis from westbound 894. Be careful. We've got big delays stretching back into the Mitchell interchange for that one. We've got southbound 43 backing up from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. You're back on the brakes from Beecher Street all the way down to the KK River crossing. Westbound 94, heavy from 27th Street to Hawley Road, and again from just west of Highway 100 to the county line. Eastbound's got some backups from 84th Street to 35th. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 46. Tomorrow, a slight chance of morning showers, evening showers likely, a high of 50 degrees. Right now, Milwaukee, it's sunny and 65 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Decision, Wisconsin. Tonight's scheduled debate between state Supreme Court candidates Judge Maria Lazar and Judge Chris Taylor postponed. Representatives for Judge Taylor say she's been diagnosed with kidney stones. The debate will now happen next Thursday. Early voting for the spring race has already started ahead of Election Day, April 7th.
Around 200 employees will not have their current job within Milwaukee Public Schools at the end of this school year.
It's part of the district's decision to cut 260 non-classroom roles to help close a $46 million budget gap. Nearly a quarter of those roles were already vacant, and a few employees decided to retire, leaving 201 employees whose current jobs are ending. MPS says it is working with those staff members to help them apply for open classroom roles and other district positions. The cuts come from the central office, assistant principals, and educators who hold a teaching license but are not assigned to one consistent classroom. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
A child was killed in a car crash in the village of Lac La Belle.
Two vehicle accident, SUV versus a smaller white vehicle. There's a child laying face down in a driveway moving, possibly another that may have been ejected in traffic.
Scanner audio from Broadcastify. Police responded just after 7 o'clock this morning near State Highway 67 and McMahon Road. A man driving on Highway 67 hit another car that was waiting to turn onto McMahon Road. A 10-year-old boy in the struck car died at the scene. Both drivers and another passenger in the struck car were taken to the hospital.
In L.A., a landmark social media verdict as a federal jury says 2 social media companies must pay millions of dollars to a young woman who claims she was harmed by their products.
After finding Meta and YouTube liable for a 20-year-old woman's social media addiction, which she claims led to mental health struggles, later on Wednesday, the jury decided on punitive damages, bringing total damages to be paid to the woman to $6 million. Meta will pay $4.2 million and YouTube $1.8 million. Both companies say they disagree with the verdict and will appeal. It's widely believed if it makes it through the higher courts, a verdict could lead to lawsuits from other plaintiffs alleging they too were harmed by social media. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
A man from Racine County is found guilty of election fraud and identity theft. Jurors convicted 71-year-old Harry Waits on 3 of 4 charges against him following a 2-day trial. He admitted in 2022 he requested the ballots of Republican State Assembly Speaker Robin Vos and Democratic Racine Mayor Corey Mason without their consent. He faces up to 6 years in prison.
New pressure building now on a school referendum in Dodge County after a financing plan falls apart in Eustisford. District leaders there say a petition blocked their ability to move forward with a state loan that was meant to cover short-term expenses. Interim Superintendent Tog Bugnacki.
The loan from the trust fund was to bridge us to address cash flow needs from this point until January 2027 if the referendum passed. Without the loan, it puts just a greater urgency and importance on that April 7th referendum.
The district now relying on the spring referendum in April as it faces a more than $1.5 million deficit and an uncertain future.
Coming up, the Brewers starters are just set to take on the White Sox.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times 5:05.
Is it time to replace your roof? Are you looking for a temporary fix like asphalt or a lifetime one-and-done experience with stone-coated metal roofing? This is not a throwaway product. It's an investment that can save you from an insurance claim. To learn more, call Abbey Home today. And if someone asks you if you know a guy in the business, you can say no, but I know a girl. Right now, get 50% off installation on a new metal roof. That's right, 50% off installation on a new metal roof. Go to abbeyhome.com or give us a call, 414-436-ABBY, 414-436-2229.
Wisconsin, this is your season. The Open Season Sportsman's Expo, presented by Progressive and Can-Am, returns to Wisconsin Dells this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Explore a sold-out show floor with over 300 exhibitors and show-only deals and hands-on gear for hunting, archery, optics, and land management. Bring your buck for the Busch Light Trophy Deer Contest. Plus, learn from expert speakers. Get discounted tickets now at OpenSeasonSportsman'sExpo.com. Fueled by Tacticam, official cell camera, Jay's Power Center, official power sports dealer, Menzel's official blind of the Open Season Sportsman's Expo.
Tax season is here. Smart planning starts now. Let's set you up for success with today's tax tips from our trusted friends at the Neal Group.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group, with today's tax tip. Why give the government an interest-free loan? I know many people use their tax refund as a type of forced savings, but there are other ways to save. Adjust your withholding to keep that money and earn interest or dividends for yourself. You earned it. We help you keep it. For more tips or if you have questions, visit neilgroup.net or call 414-325-2040. That's NEAL group.net.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Opening day is tomorrow. It's your Milwaukee Brewers at American Family Field against the Chicago White Sox. Jacob Mizorowski all set and ready to go for his start in Thursday's opener. The rest of the series' starters are also set, with Chad Patrick getting the nod in the second game of the series and the newcomer Brandon Sproat preparing to start the final game of the series on Sunday. Sproat learned from manager Pat Murphy he had made the opening day roster only a few days ago.
So everyone was telling me congratulations about making the team, and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then I went and got food just as my day was over. I came around the corner and he was standing by his office. And he was like, hey, me the team. He's like, deal with it. And I was like, sounds good, appreciate it.
And we'll have full coverage for you tomorrow right here on your home of the Brewers, WTMJ, starting early on Wisconsin's Morning News and running all the way up through first pitch at 1:10. Meanwhile, the regular season for baseball actually gets underway tonight. It's a Netflix exclusive game. The Yankees are taking on the San Francisco Giants. And the Bucks, they're on the road again tonight in Portland against the Trailblazers. It's a late tip on WTMJ. Our coverage starts at 8:30.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 5:08. The WTMJ 5-day forecast is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, your local experts for roofing, siding, and window projects.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
The road trip continues.
It sucks because we're stuck on a road.
Hit it from the elbow, rebounded by Ryan Rollins. Rollins drives right past Barnes, soars to the rim on the other side, punches it through, and then headbutts the backstop.
The Bucks hit the trail to Portland to take on the Blazers. Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 8:30 on the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
It sucks because we're stuck on a road.
Men's wedding bands made from whiskey barrels and meteorites.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here are your hosts, Julia Fello and Adam Roberts.
And a pitch. And a breaking ball called third strike. A beautiful curveball. Broke off by Mizorowski, just froze Swanson. His third.
That's Jacob Mizorowski, the 23-year-old who went toe-to-toe with baseball's biggest stars in the playoffs. He's going to be starting tomorrow in the home opener. With Freddie Peralta traded, he now carries even more weight on his shoulders. And I share how his greatest inspiration remains his father.
Strike one, and off we go. 100-mile-an-hour fastball to start the career for the Miz.
Standing at 6'7", 197 pounds, and babyface, Jacob Mizorowski arrived in Milwaukee with a bang last summer, and he hasn't slowed down since.
Runs all the way to the bag and then flexes at the crowd. The Miz.
The 23-year-old rookie quickly became one of Major League Baseball's most electrifying young arms.
5 scoreless and no hit innings from the Brewers right-hander in his big league debut.
Giving play-by-play broadcasters plenty to talk about.
0-2 pitch. Struck him out with a changeup. That was filthy. Swing and a miss. Paez is gone. 1-0-1 on the fastball from Mizorowski.
The rookie quickly captured national attention with his incredible 104-mile-an-hour fastball.
The 0-1 to Tucker. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 104. Goodness.
How does he do it? It's hard for even him to explain.
I really don't know. I mean, I kind of just do it, I guess, is the right way to put it. And I think there's a lot of whip and a lot of torque that comes on the shoulder, and stuff like that.
He's already feeling the heat, getting into the All-Star game after playing just 5 Major League games.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, I think, some of the guys have something out for you, if you want to say that.
He says that moment lit a fire, carrying him through the playoff push.
Here in October, first pitch to Kyle Tucker in there with a strike on a fastball at 103.4. It is 0-1. I would say he's a little juiced up for postseason baseball.
Through it all, one person has been watching closely, his dad, Tom.
I usually tell him, how to step, how to drive.
There you go.
This fall, the two sat side by side for a special event raising money for the Wisconsin Parkinson Association. Tom was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in his 30s when Jacob was just a boy. The family first knew something was wrong during a simple everyday moment.
Well, my first symptoms was when I was brushing my teeth in the bathroom and my hands started shaking.
Parkinson's is a progressive neurodegenerative disease. Tremors can be an early sign, so can stiffness or slow movement. For Tom, the disease eventually forced him to step away from his job as an electrician.
I didn't really think about it, anything different, and I thought that's just the way it was. Everyone's dad was always at home all the time, going to practices and doing all that stuff.
But if Parkinson's took something away, it also brought father and son closer together.
And Jacob, the first memory with him, I remember he was holding my hand. And I started shaking. He goes, "Don't worry, Dad. I got you."
Jacob says that love of family is what drives him every time he steps on the mound.
The most powerful thing was, realizing that I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for them. So.
As this young phenom, The Miz, continues to rise, he's proving his power is not just in his fastball, but in the heart behind it. Julia Fello, WTMJ News.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out 101. Just blew the heater right past Rodriguez out. And I think my favorite thing is to watch guys' faces after the first time they faced Mizorowski as they walk back to the dugout. And Julio Rodriguez had a little bit of a look of bewilderment, as if to say, did that just happen?
Lake Geneva is the Midwest's premier golf destination, featuring breathtaking views, crystal clear lakes, and rolling fairways. Treat yourself to an all-inclusive golf getaway with courses designed for all skill levels, luxurious lodging, distinctive dining, and a relaxing spa. Plan a Lake Geneva group golf outing, a corporate event, or a weekend getaway with friends or family. Their pros will help you plan a memorable golf experience. For info on courses and more, visit lakegeneva.com today. Lake Geneva, it's always been the place for legendary golf.
Vince Vitrano here with your HVAC guy, Urban Heating and Cooling. How much longer does that furnace have? Question to ask my man Ryan. His family-owned business with his wife Ellie, based in Franklin. They serve all of southeast Wisconsin. Now, what Ryan most wants to do is help you get as much life out of that furnace that you've already got. But when you have him in for a tune-up, now he can give you an honest assessment on how much longer that older unit will hold out. Free estimate is always part of the deal, so you know it will fit your budget. Tell him Vinny sent you when you call urbanheatingandcooling.com.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show, live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Point taken with Scafidi and Bride.
You're going to take $50,000 out of your general fund to pay for signs that don't really need to be changed in the first place. I know how government works. I signed a ton of them when I was mayor. They all got proclamations.
A lot of people got a day.
Yeah, you get a day.
What should be the criteria of who gets a street or a highway named after them?
Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ.
Best listen you'll get in Milwaukee radio. Trust me on that, because we deal with facts, not crazy.
And we do deal with crazy.
Sometimes.
Traffic is sponsored by Burghardt Sporting Goods, the Midwest's best baseball and softball training facility and retail center. Burghardt Sporting Goods. Visit them today in New Berlin.
Traffic and then weather, Debbie Lasaga.
Yeah. Delays along southbound 43 are kicking in right at Keefe, all the way down through the Marquette interchange and over the high rise, and then back on the brakes from Lapham all the way down towards the Chase Avenue area. Northbound's backed up from Kilbourne up to North Avenue. Westbound 94, you got backups from 27th Street to about Hawley Road. Eastbound, well, it's pretty heavy from 76th Street solid all the way to 35th Street. And delays on 894 southbound from the Zoo all the way down to Lincoln, and then just south of National Avenue down and around the Hale interchange past Loomis. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Here is your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Cloudy tonight, a low of 46. Tomorrow, slight chance of morning showers and evening showers, likely a high of 50. Friday, cloudy, breezy, and chilly, a slight chance of snow showers for your Friday, a high of 38. Saturday, cloudy, a high of 47. Slight chance of showers late Sunday, a high of 58. Right now, Milwaukee, it's sunny and 65 degrees. The WTMJ 5-day forecast is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, your local experts for roofing, siding, and window projects.
Every pitch.
Way back! Grand slam, Brandon Lockridge!
Every trade.
Brewers are looking for a guy that can give them 160 to 180 innings, and no better guy to start it off than Jacob Mizrachi.
Every moment that swings the game with Brewers insider Dominic Cotroneo on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
He is our Brewers insider. Look at Brewers Extra Innings and Brewers Weekly. Dom, thanks for joining us.
Here we go. The marathon begins.
What are you looking forward to the most?
I mean, for me, it's just I love the game. Like I think the game itself is in the best shape it's been maybe ever. I mean, the pitch clock, the shift ban, and now maybe reaching its final modern form with the ABS challenge system. We saw a couple of them yesterday in the exhibition game, and instantly the fans loved it here. And I'm excited for, maybe it's an intense moment where we see the first ABS challenge, where if it's a ball or a strike and everyone watch just straight to the Jumbotron and, we see what the call is. I just think the game itself is better than it's ever been. The actual quality of the product is why I love baseball right now.
So every time it's Brewers opening day, whether it's a few games in if we're on the road to start the season or like now when it's opening day, Milwaukee just changes a bit as a city, I think. Dom, we had Jeff Levering on earlier. He said he would campaign as mayor to make opening day a citywide holiday. Would you hop on that campaign? Would you be Level's running mate if that was the main platform?
Absolutely, because there's already a city in the Midwest that does that. That's Cincinnati, right? So I think the way that you even elevate it even further, right? You don't have to do this little walk around like, all right, well, I'm taking a quote-unquote sick day today, or you don't have to even lie to your boss. Like, no, just take the day off. And especially with the Brewers having a roof, they should always be opening at home, if you ask me. But I was just explaining it to my fiance the other day, like when we landed coming back from spring training on Sunday, and you just look around, it's just like you've already got the bunting up, you've already got Brewers banners everywhere around downtown. You'll have the flags up on the river tomorrow. City Hall will be decked out. I just love how this city backs its teams, and quite frankly, none bigger than the Brewers.
Interesting. I didn't know Cincinnati did that. We have to do that now. Okay, so there's something else that a lot of people are talking about, including in The Athletic, many different sports magazines. They're talking about the changes to the coaching box for first base and third base, that the coaches cannot move out of the box. And usually they do to not get hit by a foul ball. But according to The Athletic, the umpires are really going to be policing that this season. Why is it so dangerous for them to stay in the box?
Well, I think there's a couple of things at play here. The coach's box has been always like this most ceremonious, not needed box ever painted on a baseball field, because for so many years, the coaches didn't stand in it, and they didn't need to stand in it because they needed to get out of the way of foul balls, right? You're telling me you want to stand 90 feet away from Aaron Judge down the line in case he pulls a ball foul? Like, absolutely not. So the story goes tragic. Back in 2007, a minor league coach named Mike Coolball was tragically killed on the field from a foul ball. And after that, it was when base coaches were ordered to wear helmets. Now, the sad part of that story is that he was hit in the neck. He wasn't hit in the head. So this is the part where I've talked to our coaches, I've talked to other coaches where they are trying to get the word out. This needs to change. They cannot be standing that close. Now, the reason for the change is because of paranoia around sign stealing, where one of the oldest tactics in the book is if your coach stands up the line a little bit, maybe not where they're supposed to, but suddenly they maybe have a clearer view of the pitcher's grip, and then that gets relayed, and it's a form of sign stealing, which is why Major League Baseball has enacted these rules. Now, I could envision a scenario where they change based on runners on base, but I really hope that we can fix this before something goes in the wrong direction.
Well, we've seen baseball be a little hyper-reactive, especially recently as well, and I would agree with you that this does just seem to be a little too far on that end of the scale, and yeah, hopefully they can get something done. I did want to ask you, Dom, a bit about the pitching rotation. We do know our first few rounds of starting pitchers. We got the Miz taking the bump tomorrow against the White Sox, and then on Sunday, the newcomer Brandon Sproat's going to get his first starting nod in that Game 3. First, what if no one knows anything about Brandon Sproat, what do they need to know? And then also as a follow-up, is this more a stopgap measure potentially until Priester is back and healthy, ready to go? Or could we potentially see more Sproat starts down the road here?
I think Sproat's earned his spot on this team to stay. I think performance always shakes these things out when Priester does return, but that won't be until early May at the best-case scenario. So the point being for Sproat, he's got nothing left to prove in AAA. You know, he made his big league debut last year with the Mets for 4 starts, and they trusted him to start 4 games while they were trying to hang on to a playoff spot, right? They believe in him, and so do the Brewers. So I think that Sproat would be here to stay. And it all kind of comes down to performance, right? You've got 4 other guys that are all very talented, but these things tend to work themselves out. Maybe somebody else comes up injured at that time. But the Brewers have such depth in their rotation to follow Miz with Chad Patrick, who was an underrated rookie last season, to then follow that with another rookie in Sproat. Kyle Harrison is somebody that I'm very excited about. He gets the ball on Monday. And then ultimately the big woo, Brandon Woodruff getting the ball on Tuesday against the Rays.
He is our Brewers insider and host of Brewers Extra Innings and Brewers Weekly. Dom Cotroneo. Dom, thank you so much.
Thanks, y'all.
It's 5:23, rather, almost cost you an hour on WTMJ. Let's take a look at the markets. Your Annex Wealth Management market update. Another gainer of a day on Wall Street. The NASDAQ was the big winner, 168 points in the green at 21,929 on the day's end. The Dow up 305 points, and the S&P 500 a 35-point winner today. Financial planning at every level, Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, cold plunge. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Sale is happening at the Realtors Home and Garden Show inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. For a limited time, you can save thousands with factory direct pricing and special show discounts. Shop floor models, brand new inventory, and exclusive show-only deals you won't find anywhere else. Don't miss the Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Sale, March 20th through the 29th, only at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Come see it, try it, and save big at the show.
WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Bob Sorens is the reason Sorens Ford became home of the nice guys.
I used to cut Bob's hair. One time I was running very late. In the middle of his haircut, Bob says to me, "If you gotta leave now, it's okay. You can cut the other side when you get back from vacation."
109 years later, you can still feel that nice guy attitude from the Sorens family and the entire team at Sorens Ford in Brookfield. An exceptional buying and service experience, Sorens Ford on Capitol Drive, SOERENS.com.
Yes, Toradol is considered a strong pain reliever. It's one of the most potent non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs available. And absolutely, hyaluronic acid is used to treat shoulder, hip, elbow, and knee pain. It's a lubricating gel-like substance that reduces stiffness and improves mobility. It acts as a lubricant and shock absorber, reducing friction in the joint. And when we pinpoint the root of your pain, and we combine these powerful 100% FDA-approved pain relief medicines, if thousands of patient confirmations tell us anything, you're going to experience pain relief. And because of this, your quality of life increases, and you'll start living better. I'm Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas. There's much more to life that you've been missing because of your pain. This isn't even about taking a chance. It's about taking your first step to living pain-free. Go to rejuvenex.com to schedule your appointment so we can alleviate your pain and rejuvenate your life.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Call today, and there's a good chance we could be seeing you tomorrow.
3 generations ago, it was about doing one thing and doing it right.
Hardwood, tile, carpet, floors that had to last because our name, Adair, was on them. Over time, homeowners asked us to do more. Kitchens, bathrooms, full remodels. And so our name changed to Adair Floors and Remodeling.
But flooring has always been the foundation, literally.
And it's something the next generation already understands.
Hi, I'm Ava. Hi, I'm Quinn. My dad does floors.
From hardwood and luxury vinyl plank to tile and carpet, we handle selection, layout, and professional installation.
And because we also remodel homes, we know how flooring works with everything else. Transitions, finishes, and long-term durability.
When you hire Adair, you're getting experience you can stand on and people who will be here for decades to come.
Call my dad. Bye-bye.
Adair Floors and Remodeling. Built on flooring, trusted for remodels. 3 generations, 1 standard. Call us at 414-761-3660 for your free flooring estimate.
Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, a weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market, how it affects Wisconsin businesses and residents. It's sponsored by the original Knowledge Broker, R&R Insurance. Joining me today, Jeff Salasinski, Executive Vice President of Insurance Operations. All right, 2026, off and running, Jeff. I would love some insight as to what has your attention related to the year ahead.
Great, Vince. Early in the year is a great time to talk about trends, issues, and what pricing might look like for 2026.
Well, let's get into it.
The last couple of years were really good for most insurance companies. Operating earnings were strong, and their investments delivered solid returns. Those 2 factors alone should make for a favorable pricing environment for buyers in 26. We're still seeing disciplined underwriting and pricing, but many could see some pricing relief. There's always a caveat, right? General liability, commercial auto, and umbrella insurance pricing is mixed right now for issues we've discussed before. Legal system abuse, outsized verdicts and nuclear verdicts, technology risks are everywhere too.
Okay, so some decent news in there, Jeff. What other guidance do you have today?
Vince, it's important to evaluate your coverage when pricing is favorable. Ask your advisor to review your coverage limits, stress test your business income, make sure your business could survive after a loss. If your agent can't or won't do this analysis, give us a call.
Jeff, that is the framework for over 50 years of success at R&R Insurance.
It is, Vince. The business model is built on adding value to our clients. Our family ownership allows us to be nimble and flexible in today's market. We invest heavily in training and development of our employees, and R&R Insurance represents 50 years with the same name on the door, consistent investment in the business, and always being there to guide our clients. If you're looking for a better insurance purchasing experience, we'd love to speak with you. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Hurt at work? Call Tayback for the payback. An injury at work may leave you eligible for compensation benefits, including lost wages, coverage of medical bills, or a cash settlement. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
I'm Julia Fello. Your top story this half hour: a fire and dead body found near American Family Field.
I'm Adam Roberts. Thanks, but no thanks, Elon.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. We just want to remind you there is a crash on the off-ramp to Loomis from westbound 894. So just be careful with that. We've got delays coming out of the Mitchell interchange past Loomis. Southbound 894 is pretty heavy all the way from the Zoo interchange down and around the Hale all the way to 60th Street. So give yourself tons of time for that. Northbound 41, you got backups from Mayfair Road up past Burleigh, a little bit more past Capitol Drive as well. The southbound side slowing down just south of Silver Spring past Hampton as well. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy, down to 46 tonight. Opening day Thursday. Looks like it's going to be low 50s. Rain chances are more likely in the afternoon, though you could see some sprinkles if you're out tailgating Thursday morning. Low 50s, then dropping in the afternoon. Right now in Milwaukee, sunny skies and 63 degrees at 5:30.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a death investigation underway near American Family Field. Police say a person was located during a fire last night in the stadium's Yount parking lot. The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office was seen on the scene by our crews that were there. The circumstances surrounding the death, the person's identity still not released.
A former Milwaukee police officer heading to prison, this after helping out a street gang.
Jawan Madlock will serve 5 years in federal prison for using confidential police information to help a violent local gang target its rivals. Madlock worked in District 6 when prosecutors say he sold ammunition to a felon, helped the gang hide its stolen vehicles, and provided the gang with the addresses of its rivals. Court documents showed he also sent pictures of his fellow officers to a gang member and showed criminals how to flee from law enforcement. Madlock pled guilty to the charges in December. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
An officer-involved shooting leaves one person killed in the town of Springdale in Dane County. Verona police were chasing a car wanted a connection to a burglary that happened 10 days ago. The car became disabled near Highway 151. The driver, according to police, then got out of the car with a hammer and a fight ensued. Verona Police Sergeant Trevor Runkle then shot the driver. 44-year-old Eric Pottinger died at the scene. Sergeant Runkle is on administrative leave.
In the nation's capital, the White House is rejecting an offer by Elon Musk to pay TSA workers while the Department of Homeland Security remains shut down.
Many TSA agents have been calling in sick rather than work without pay during the funding impasse in Congress. So billionaire Elon Musk offered to pay their salaries. Musk is the world's wealthiest person who once led the Department of Government Efficiency, or the DOGE, and presided over massive federal job cuts. President Trump seemed to like Musk's offer, and White House officials say it was taken seriously. But there were concerns about legal challenges, especially since Musk holds government contracts. They also suggested the shutdown is likely to end soon. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
A high school teacher in Madison on leave after a police investigation was sparked into a possible student relationship the person was having. The teacher works at Val Phillips Memorial High School in Madison. District leaders became aware of this alleged relationship last Friday. The superintendent says the district has zero tolerance for this behavior, and they're offering support to anyone impacted. No charges have been filed yet.
In Lake Country, the school district there could be on the path to shutting down without voter support this spring.
The district says it's facing financial challenges tied to declining enrollment, limited state funding, and past staffing decisions. Officials say they've already cut more than $1.6 million from the budget, including staff positions and programs. A $3.2 million referendum on the April ballot would raise $800,000 annually for 4 years. They said that the funding would help keep schools operating and buy time to explore long-term solutions. If it fails, the district could face a possible dissolution by 2027. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
New roads, trails, and transit upgrades coming to Milwaukee County. Leaders say 5 major highway projects will begin this spring, along with more than 5 miles of new trails and improvements at a dozen bus stops. Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley.
We're also making major investments in our parks, and this includes a full replacement of the A.C. Hansen Park Playground, multiple improvements to Bender Park and its boat launch, upgrades at the Kosciuszko Community Center, and the reconstruction of the North Point parking lot just down the road right near Bradford Beach.
Crowley also says more than 65 safety projects are planned along high-risk corridors.
Milwaukee County is seeking redevelopment proposals for one of its buildings downtown.
The property on West Highland Avenue was originally built in 1931, and it was converted to facilitate county operations in 1989. The medical examiner's office currently operates in the space, but the ME is moving to a new office in Wauwatosa later this year, so a new vision is needed for the downtown property. County officials say proposals that include higher density residential housing or affordable housing will receive prioritized consideration. A pre-proposal site walkthrough will take place next month. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Brewers fans are being asked to be patient amid the ongoing construction on I-94. The DOT created an interactive website. It provides recommended routes to American Family Field. Brewers Chief Operating Officer Marty Ronsky tells Wisconsin's Morning News.
But if you jump on there, you guys, you're going to be able to, it's a really slick system. Say, hey, I'm going to American Family Field. I'm coming from the east, or I'm coming from the north, and I'm going to the Yount lot. You just tap those two things, and it will tell you what your drive time is, what the best route is for you, and the same thing leaving the park.
Fans can access that site through the MLB Park app.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Once you're through the traffic mess, you'll be at American Family Field for Brewers' home opening day. as the Crew begin the regular season tomorrow afternoon against the Chicago White Sox. The initial pitching rotation for the Crew features a pair of young newcomers in Kyle Harrison and Brandon Sproat, the latter of whom has spent the past month working closely with veteran catcher William Contreras.
William likes to work fast, and I do too, so already, starting off on the right foot, so that's definitely good. But just kind of talking to each other, in between innings, before the game, it really just comes down to having good communication between each other.
As for opening day, it'll be Jacob Mizorowski getting the start in the opener against the White Sox. We'll have coverage for you all day long tomorrow on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ, beginning with Wisconsin's morning news, running all the way up through the 1:10 first pitch. And on the hardwood tonight, it's the Bucks on the road against the Portland Trail Blazers. 11 games left on the Bucks' regular season schedule. It's a late tip tonight from Oregon. Our coverage starts at 8:30 here on your home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 5:37.
Hey, John Mercure here for Annex Wealth Management. Annex knows how important it is to work with an advisor who understands the community you live in. Annex Wealth Management is local, independent, and committed to Southeast Wisconsin. Their investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning teams are based right here. Is your advisor a fiduciary, placing your interests ahead of their own? Annex is a fiduciary all the time. They've got the same local tax knowledge when strategy and timing can be critical, especially with the filing deadline approaching. Are they able to guide you in organizing an estate plan that reflects your wishes and takes care of your legacy? I have that with Annex. Annex Wealth Management is a fee-only fiduciary all the time, passionate about making financial journeys better for you with comprehensive strategies and empowering education. It's financial planning on every level. Whether you're on your financial journey just beginning, whether you're deep in, whether you need expert advice, it's Annex all the way. Click Get Started at AnnexWealth.com. Annex Wealth Management, know the difference.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
TMJ4 meteorologist Michael Fish is with us. Fish, how you doing?
Well, you're playing my favorite song by Fish, Chalk Dust Torture.
Okay.
So things are good.
So do we like Fish because of your last name, or do you just really like the band?
I really like the band, like ever since the 90s. Seriously, it's just a coincidence. Of course, it's spelled differently, P-H-I-S-H.
Oh,
but
yeah, there you go.
Either, yeah, you can frequently, if my windows are down, you'll hear that playing in my car. But
in your nice big Maserati, yeah.
No, I have new twins, Julia, so that means I have to have a dad car.
Oh,
it's
my
a big
gosh.
old truck.
Okay, how did I miss this? Okay, how old
Did
are
I
they?
never tell you?
No.
They're two. I'm sorry.
Wow, 2
Yeah,
years
I have
in the dark, Julia. How are you feeling about this?
Okay, boy or girl?
One of each. One of each flavor.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you.
That means I don't. Thank you. I don't sleep very much, but hey, that's
Can you
the
believe
game.
how much energy they have? Seriously.
Oh gosh, no. I'm sitting here with my eyes like propped open right now. I heard it gets better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're going to have so much fun. It's
Yes,
gonna be
take it from both
fantastic.
of us who have no children of our own.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I forgot to have kids.
Oh yeah. Okay, so there's that. But yeah, so I mean, this weather. I just saw them on the old ring cam. Everyone's playing outside, and I'm like, oh, I wish I was there because this is prime weather for March, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Now, as we look to tomorrow, I was just saying earlier, Fish, that tomorrow's going to be an interesting forecast day. You've got everyone who wants to know down to the hour what's going to be what as they're heading out to the ballpark. It's opening day. Historically, we have seen all kinds of weather in late March or early April for that first Brewers game. And then you look at the forecast for tomorrow. I've been saying the rain chances are slighter in the morning than they are in the afternoon, and that temperatures, once we get past tailgate time, are going to take a nosedive. Is that still how things are shaking out?
That still is how things are shaking out. However, even for tailgating, that right now looks mostly dry. It still isn't going to be warm by any means. Like, don't think you're going to show up and it's going to be like this outside by any means. I mean, we may be in the 50s, may be in the low 50s for tailgating if we're lucky. There are some computer models saying even like upper 40s for tailgating. But either way, you can, if it's not raining out there, I don't think we as Wisconsinites going out to the ballpark there
at this time of year are going to complain if it's in the upper 40s and not raining.
Oh, not at all. I recall 2024, just a couple years ago, I was on parking lot duty for the station talking with all of the tailgaters. That was the year it was 39 and rain blowing sideways. I was out in our tailgater in the parking lot. That didn't keep me dry either. And as I've shared the story before, in typical Wisconsin fashion, I was kept very sheltered by all of the tailgaters with their tents and everything propped up. Got a few brats and a few burgers as I was working hard. But I'll gladly, to that end, take 48 degrees with maybe a spritz than what we had a couple years ago.
Yeah, exactly. The last couple of years have been, I believe, in the 30s. So we'll take it. I know it's not like today. And this is why we have a roof. So it looks like some showers start to work their way in after first pitch. Like I don't think it's just going to be constantly raining. So and the roof will be closed. So do we really care like what the temperature is out? But it should be falling through the 40s through the game. And by the end of the game, I have like 46 to maybe 48 degrees with some showers out there in parts of the area. Do I think it's going to be just steadily raining? I can't quite tell. I don't think so. But either way, that would be your shot at rain. If you're going to be outside walking back to your car, that would be the best chance that you'd get rained on, like after the game.
Okay, Fish, and take us through the rest of the week.
Rest of the week. So tomorrow it's like 50 in the morning. Okay, that's in downtown Milwaukee. And then temperatures fall through the 40s through the afternoon. Afternoon showers develop tomorrow. Tomorrow night could have a couple scattered showers, maybe mixing in with a few flakes late. Just everyone relax. 30 for a low. Maybe a stray snow shower or flurry, breezy on Friday and 38. Saturday, 47, partly cloudy, breezy, but then we're back to 58 on Sunday. A slight chance of a shower late in the day. Sunday's the pick day of the weekend. Then Monday, partly cloudy, 65. Tuesday, good chance of showers, 63. Wednesday, chance of showers in 72. Next, let's see. Next Thursday, 66, and then back into the 40s after that. It's spring in Wisconsin. We bounce all over the place.
Roller coaster ride, baby.
What are 2-year-olds into? How do we entertain 2-year-olds besides when it's nice out?
Bluey, right?
What are they into? Oh, Bluey?
Yeah, Bluey. Bluey's a good one for sure. What's the other? Now we try not to use too many shows. Like what do? We have Play-Doh. That's a good one. We have little. They love reading.
That's awesome.
But then for outside stuff, those little electric Jeeps, the little electric cars that you have a remote. They love riding around on that.
Dad's got them into that already. Have you taken them to Disney World yet?
I can barely leave the county I live in, let alone have to travel to Disney. Maybe in the future, but right now, I mean, even just trying to go get something to eat is a challenge.
They're going to be so wildly entertained. Seriously, my cousins, speaking full sentences, could only say like ball at one point. Another one couldn't walk, was running by the end of a Disney World trip. Debbie Lozica knows what I'm talking about too.
Absolutely.
Okay, so all right. So that's what I'll be looking for. So you're saying that we have to get to Disney?
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Yeah. You can borrow Deb's points or my points.
Okay, Deb.
Meteorologist Michael Fish, are you going to be on at 6 o'clock?
Yes, I am.
All right, we'll watch you on Channel 4. Michael Fish, thank you so much. 5:44 on WTMJ. Your WTMJ forecast is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
For growing businesses, digital marketing shouldn't be a gamble. If your business needs results, not guesswork, it's time for a different approach. At Margle Media, we deliver real results for businesses in an evolving digital world. Backed by data, guided by strategy, and focused on actionable outcomes. We partner with businesses of all sizes to drive growth locally or nationwide. Set up a free consultation today. Visit us at marglemedia.com. That's MARGLE media.com.
Hey, John Merck here. I love Otto's Wine and Spirits. It makes me smile. Served in Milwaukee since 1945. It's where I buy my wine. It's where I buy my beer. It's where I buy my spirits. It's Otto's Wine and Spirits, employee-owned, friendly staff, 7 locations. They know what they're doing. They've got the best prices at Otto's. They've got the best selection. Open 7 days a week with several locations. Milwaukee, Menominee Falls, which is where I go. Elm Grove, Brown Deer, Cedarburg. It's Otto's Wine and Spirits. They are the real deal. Buy it at Otto's.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show, live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
It's almost here.
Terang, a fly ball to center. It is gone!
Baseball is back and almost within reach. Join us on WTMJ for coverage leading up to opening day. We'll be broadcasting live from American Family Field leading right up to the first pitch. Opening day on WTMJ is presented by Big Fish Contracting. We are the home of the Brewers all season long. WTMJ.
Traffic is sponsored by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Whatever the weather, visit WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. Visit Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center today for another 2-man scramble tournament. Play at Georgia Golf Club on spacious, state-of-the-art simulators unlike any other.
Must play in March. Cash prizes only. No green jackets.
5:48 on WTMJ. One last look at the roads before 6 o'clock. Deb, do we still have this issue over on the exit to Loomis from 894 West?
We do, yes. It is a crash on the off-ramp to Loomis from 894 westbound, and that is going to be making for a nasty ride coming out of the Mitchell interchange all the way past Loomis. Once you get past the accident scene, though, it looks like it's pretty good all the way into the Hale. Now, on the flip side, we do have delays from National Avenue on 894 southbound down and around the Hale interchange all the way to 60th Street. Eastbound 94 backed up from 76th Street to 35th, westbound from about 30th Street all the way to Hawley Road. And then southbound 43's got backups from Locust down through the Marquette and onto the high-rise, back on the brakes from about Beecher Street down towards the KK River crossing. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
2-2. Fly ball to deep right. It is back. Soto back. Out of here.
That's my favorite play. He just blows his lungs out. Less than 24 hours until first pitch, and no one more excited than Jeff Levering. He's leading the play-by-play. He's the announcer for the Milwaukee Brewers on radio and TV. Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Of course. I mean, we're under 24 hours to go. I mean, the game could be over by this time tomorrow.
I know.
The
I'm
Brewers
thinking
win.
about that.
Let's go.
Exactly. What are you most looking forward to seeing? Me, The Miz.
You want to see The Miz the most? I'm
Yes.
excited to see The Miz.
For sure.
You know what? I always love going back to the ballpark for the first time, and I was over there today just because I wanted to drop off a couple of goodies that I didn't want to bring into the ballpark with me tomorrow. But I love going to the ballpark and smelling the fresh cut grass for the first time, and seeing my spring and summer family. I mean, that's what they are. Everybody who works at the ballpark, the grounds crew, Lorraine and James in the press dining area, everybody on the TV crew and the radio crew, they are the spring and summer family for me. And I'm excited to say hi to everybody and check in and see what's going on. And then the game is the icing on the cake. That's the best part of it.
Now I want cake. You know, Jeff, from someone in your spot, it's everyone, even us here too, are prepping for just the busyness of opening day, because it is kind of, I think, turning a little bit into Milwaukee, the city's unofficial Super Bowl. Everyone gets decked out. The whole city just feels a little bit different. From someone in your position, how busy is your day? Because you're a man in demand starting very early in the morning with all of the media entourages that are out there. And then, as you said, just saying hello to everyone before first pitch, too.
Yeah, so tomorrow is a busy day. And if I ever ran for mayor of Milwaukee, I would try and make opening day a holiday for everybody, so that you could just go and hang
Me
out.
too.
That would be
Not my vote.
That would be my platform. And I think Major League Baseball should be a national holiday for opening day. That's just my opinion because it's my favorite day of the year. My day tomorrow will be very busy. I'll be at the ballpark probably about 6:30 in the morning, and then I have a bunch of radio interviews from 7 until 9:30, basically, and then get prepared to call the game. The nice thing is that over the last couple of days, I've been able to prepare for. We know who the starting pitchers are. We don't know what the lineup's going to be, but I can at least figure some stuff out on the White Sox starting pitcher Shane Smith and kind of go from there. We all know about Miz. But it's always a busy day. It's always a busy day, but it's a great day, and it will be funny on Saturday going on the ballpark again, and you have all the elation from opening day, and it's jam packed. And then Saturday you show up and you go, okay, 161 more to go. Let's rock and roll. It's just totally different.
We have Jeff Levering on the talk and text line with us. Jeff, I was talking to Rick Schlesinger yesterday, the head of business operations, the president. He was telling me to expect the Miz to maybe throw 4 innings. Who would be the next pitcher after that tomorrow?
I think it's going to be all hands on deck. Who's available? The guys you won't see would be the guys that are in the starting lineup or starting rotation. In terms, Chad Patrick won't pitch. You won't see Brandon Sproat. You won't see Kyle Harrison or Brandon Woodruff. But I think everybody after that is ready to go. I would expect Miz somewhere between 85 to 95 pitches would be my guess, and however long that he can last on that pitch count, I think is a good thing. Heck, if you get 6 innings out of him and he's 85 to 90 pitches, that's a great thing. So let's hope he's in there a little bit longer than 4 innings. That means he's really cooking.
Interesting, because Dom, he had the prediction that Woodruff was going to be the starting pitcher. So you don't even think Woodruff would play after the Miz?
No, I think he's scheduled to start Tuesday's game.
Okay.
I would say that I think Brandon Woodruff wanted the ball on opening day, but at the same time, he needed to bounce back and after his last appearance. I think he threw a bullpen yesterday during the game. So it's just that he's a guy that you need in the starting rotation, and you want him to be a part of that starting rotation, and he'll get the ball on Tuesday.
So, Jeff, I have to ask, I'm not going to ask you for any hard answers here because you're a guy who splits his job duties between the radio. You're also on the TV side at times, too. And I don't know about you, but I have had people in just my personal life asking me, where am I going to be able to watch the game on my cable subscription package? And I have to say, I don't know, because those details have been slow to eke out. Have you also been getting just people in your personal life asking you, hey, can you tell me, can you give me the inside deets on this? I know Brewers.tv is the big thing this year. The team is pushing out, but a lot of people have been asking this, at least in my circle, for weeks at this point.
Agreed. And I would love to give all the details on it, but we will have details on the cable channels tomorrow morning. I promise you that. I promise you that.
What's interesting,
we don't have a channel. We don't have a channel quite yet, but Brewers TV is the #1 fail safe. It's the easiest way to get the Brewers on TV.
There you go. And you can also just listen to it, Adam, on 620.
Yes, you get every game right here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WCW.
I don't think it's a bad subscription amount. I mean, for the entire regular season, 162 games, it's $99. I don't think that's bad, Jeff.
It's not at all. It's 75 cents a game and no blackouts. That's in the past. If you did MLB.TV and you were in the market, you couldn't watch the Brewers because of the cable packages and the blackout ratings and all those different things. There are no blackouts anymore, which is fantastic. So $99 all year long, every single game. They also do monthly plans. If you want to do that, it's $20 a month. If you wanted to just sign up for the months that you're going to use it. So that's your prerogative. You could also upgrade and get every single Major League Baseball game that you could think of available at your fingertips for $200 total for the entire season. So $100 all Brewers, $20 a month if you want to do that, if you're a monthly fee kind of person. But $100 for the whole season, yeah, sign me up.
So, Jeff, before we let you go, we did get the list out from the Brewers today of just all the things that are going to be happening in terms of both pre and post game, as well as the directions to get into the ballpark with all of the construction that's going on. I did want to get your thoughts on, before the game, there will be a moment of silence held for former MLB umpire Bruce Fremming, Mequon native. was a huge force in the umpiring world for years. I don't know if you knew Bruce personally at all, but did you ever get a sense for just how big his lasting legacy to that job has been?
Yeah, I got to know Bruce pretty well because he would pop into the booth, and for whatever reason, his timing was always impeccable because our producer would be in our headsets and saying, all right, 30 seconds till air, and Bruce would pop in the booth and go, hey, guys, how's it going? Tell me some stories. So Bruce was amazing. He was perfect. He had such great stories. He and his son Steve, who was a bat boy in the 1982 team, they would always come into the booth and chat. Would always want to ask us what they thought of the umpires, and umpires always respected Bruce as well. He's a wonderful human being, and he's going to be missed. I'm going to miss him popping into the booth and just seeing his face as we're about ready to hit the air. That's definitely, I'm going to miss that. I'm glad that the Brewers are recognizing him tomorrow.
Yes, and also stay after for 20 minutes of the Uke documentary. He is our play-by-play announcer for the Milwaukee Brewers on radio and TV, Jeff Levering. Jeff, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Have a great day. We'll see you on opening day.
WTMJ, W277CV, and